Welcome back to Iron Fang Invasion once again, picking back up off of a particularly climactic cliffhanger at the end of last session. We had begun with the proper attack on Phaendar. You guys had all dimension doored in, or you had attempted to, but some sort of magical shielding on this tower prevented you from teleporting inside of it. You ended up right outside at the base of the steps, and you had to walk your way up like plebeians and go up to the gate and manually lift it. It took you a couple rounds to do because those strength checks were either right on the line or just barely enough to raise it somewhat. But eventually you did get it open, although you had quite a horde of hobgoblins coming after you by that time because there's been fireballs and all sorts of things, and you drew attention, but you got in before they showed up, and you managed to close the gate right before they were able to come in after you. So there was just bunches of hobgoblins outside trying to lift the gate, but obviously none of them have the heroic strength that you all have. And you fought your way through the gate. The gate guards went inside, and there were some golems that showed up just out of the tower itself. They were just generated, and they started blasting you with obsidian shards, and there would have been a lot more bleed damage, but Oran had turned into an earth elemental and was immune to it, and Gideon was doing his lay on hands thing to stem the bleeding each round. And ultimately you guys were able to put down the initial defenders here of this opening area. But unfortunately, you didn't have a whole lot of time to really take in the situation. You had closed the doors between the open, like the gate area and the main chamber you'd entered so that the people outside couldn't be firing arrows in through the iron gate. And just about at that point in time, the whole tower started to pulse a sickly green light. And Kieran was able to put some pieces together. You guys had used clairvoyance with Oran's cat's eye crown to do some scouting beforehand, and you had seen the control room at the top of the tower, but only briefly. So Kieran kind of pieced together the description that Oran gave of what he saw with the various signs that were going on here, and with a spellcraft check identified that some sort of self-destruct sequence had been initiated. Perhaps in response to your attack on the tower, whoever is up at the top decided that they weren't going to take any chances. So, you all decided you were going to make a rush for it. If you could get up there and stop whoever was going through this process, you might still be able to save the tower from being destroyed, especially while you're still inside. And that was at the top of round 14. We were staying in initiative order because things were still kind of time sensitive. So Jessup had run up to the base of the steps there. He couldn't get too much further. But Kieran has a remarkable fly speed, and he was able to just zoom up those stairs with his 120-foot fly speed, get all the way up to the top, where there's just a small little chamber with 2 doorways and a little light fixture at the ceiling with a continual flame spell on it. What you guys did not realize is that there was a second aspect of that little light fixture, which was a trap. And fortunately, Kieran triggered the trap as soon as he entered this chamber, and an empowered disintegrate spell shot off. It successfully hit, and against all odds, Kieran failed the save. It was not a hard save to make, but sometimes those really, really bad rolls happen at the really, really bad times, unfortunately. And he ended up taking 30d6 damage, multiplied by an extra 50%, which came out to 156 points of damage. Josh had said that before the end of the battle, Kieran was at 170, but he did get hit. He took another hit when he was at that 170. The question is, how much did he get hit in that attack for? because if he goes down as much as to 0, he's gone. And that's what Sarah was kind of worried about. She thought, I got a 20 con, I've got plenty of HP, but nope. Disintegrate says once you go to 0, that's basically it. So there's no leeway there at all. So we're just going to pick it up on Gideon's turn.
Oh no. I'm literally shaking. I was so... I guess Gideon will have to be the one to see.
If you can make it all the way up there.
I don't think I can. We're hasted still, we had determined.
Yeah, you are hasted. These steps, if you're bigger than large, you're going to be squeezing on the way up, just so you know.
I got fly. Can I just kind of go like a Superman pose off the stairs?
You'd have to start making fly checks to make those angles. Because your fly speed is not as maneuverable.
No, it's not. I have fly of 60, but the maneuverability is not so good.
Even if it was good, your armor check penalty is going to... Yeah.
There's a lot of things not helping me. It's a 0, actually, but that's not...
Yeah, it's not great.
We will run then. You said it's difficult terrain through that space?
No, you're large, so you can get up there at normal speed. Oran is going to have to be squeezing because the stairway is... if I'm being rather lenient, I can say that it's 2 squares wide, but it's definitely not 15 feet wide.
So walk with me and make sure that this makes the most amount of sense. About 75-ish or 80-ish feet to get to blip over here. Is that right?
About right, yep.
So we got 120. So after the 80, I can go 40 more with a double move?
Yes.
So we'll say about there.
Okay. All right, let me see. How much distance is there? About 10 feet of steps.
I'm tall. I'm tall, too.
Yes, that would only probably be about 5 or 6 feet of height at best. So you're way taller than that. So you see up at the top there, well, Sarah, what does Gideon see as he comes to the top there?
So Josh, as Gideon rounds the corner and comes up, the first thing you see is a pile of dirt on the ground. And then you see Kieran leaning up against the wall, looking very pale and clammy.
Ha-ha!
Sitting at 4 hit points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was close.
Yeah, same. Same.
Extremely close.
I was being a really evil person, and I went back to the logs to see how much damage you took, and I knew it was within 5. I didn't know for sure, but I knew it was within 5.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very, very close. I was very sick to my stomach at the end of last session thinking about how very, very close it was.
Oh man!
Hey, we ain't out of the woodworks yet, boys. I mean,
nope.
this whole tower could still explode.
Oh yeah, good thing Kieran's alive. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Right. So that remind us, what round of combat do we start this turn on?
This is the 14th round. Yes.
Yep. And we've got plus or minus about a minute, so 10 rounds. But we don't know. That could be 6, as little as 6. It could be as much as 12. We've got no idea, right?
Yeah, you don't know. You think that it will probably be at the current rate that the pulsing is speeding up. Probably at the start of this round, you probably had a minute, or I'm sorry, you had less than 10 rounds. So that's less than a minute. But yeah,
that's a lot less than a minute. Oh man, nerve-wracking. Okay,
so, yeah, that's Gideon's turn. You get up there. You do see Kieran there, but he is leaning against the wall, and he looks like he is. Something hit him. He's looking sickly, not looking good, but you're not sure exactly what's going on with him.
Yeah, I might lay on hands. I might not. I'm gonna think about that, but you can move on.
All right, moving on to the bottom of the round, we have Oran. So Oran, as I said, you can attempt. I'll allow you to attempt to climb the steps in Earth form, but it will be squeezing because of how big you are. So you'd be moving at half speed. The alternative would be to dismiss Earth form as a standard action, and then you could climb up as a normal speed.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll just dismiss. We're good for now.
So
wait, let me check my hit points. Okay, yeah, I can dismiss. I want to make sure I wasn't super low or something. Dismiss and Oran falls over.
Yeah, I'll move you back, your token back to that spot there.
All right, and I lose 32 hit points.
Better than 156.
This is true.
But yeah, I knew I wasn't going to fudge that roll at all. I was like, it's going to roll what it is. Basically dead average. I rolled 4 1s, but I rolled 5 6s, so...
You were almost exactly average.
Yeah.
And then I loved our discussion between the session too, where like literally everything that could possibly go wrong went perfectly wrong. It is a miracle he didn't die, but like failed a relatively easy check. You had bad luck on the initiative order. Like there was just a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I think 60 feet, I can make it there, right?
That looks about right.
Yeah, I was right, like right here.
Yep, so Oran dismisses his earth form and then runs up and gets halfway up the steps.
How'd you go 60 feet?
Haste.
Brandon, did you not haste run on your last turn?
What would give you that impression?
How did Oran get up there, but I didn't?
I was thinking, I was like, man, a double move after a standard action. What is this nonsense?
What
I was
is
like,
this?
oh.
Haste, bud. Oh no, Jessup could have been the one that made it up there and then got killed. Oh, that would have been horrible.
Hey, I could have maybe passed. You don't know.
Do you want me to rain on your parade a little bit?
Which one?
Oran's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I think your movement speed hasted would only be 40.
Yeah, dwarf buddy.
Oh, I didn't switch it back when I switched
'Cause-
from being a
So
halfling.
like you have the boots of striding and springing, which would increase your land speed to 30, but it's an enhancement bonus, and haste is also an enhancement bonus. So it actually wouldn't stack with haste. You'd just get the extra 10 feet from haste rather than...
So it'd be 40 instead of 60 then.
Yeah.
Oh, nets. That's all right. I'll chill down here with Jessup.
That's what I did. I had unchecked the haste buff, so when I looked at my speed, that's why it only said 30, and I was confused. So I really short myself by 40 feet. But, oh well.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been enough to get yourself killed up there with the trap, at least. Because you would have died.
I could have at least witnessed. Oh, you don't know that, Jason.
Yeah, come on now.
I know your HP, and I know what I rolled for damage.
Yeah, no, but I passed, so I would have taken half, right?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, if you had passed, then sure, that's true.
Does that also work with evasion with that spell?
No, because it's a touch attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So Oran runs up there a little bit. So that brings us to the top of round 15, bringing us to Jessup.
Jessup just hears a loud commotion and then looks at Oran, realizing, boy, you're very fast today. Oh, that's right. I have a little pep in my step as well. And then he will actually move his correct haste speed. So that's what, 40, and then D60 up to there, double move?
So that would be 90 feet right there.
Oh, so I could probably move another 10.
All right. So you get right up next to Kieran there, and you also notice that he is looking on the brink of consciousness there.
Jessup will. Kieran, it's okay. We'll get in there and disarm this place. No need to fret.
That brings us right to Kieran, who can respond.
It's okay because I am here.
Well, real quick, can I make a perception check to see if there are additional traps?
Sure. It's a resetting trap.
Yeah, that would be
Everybody that
awful.
comes up.
It's like a machine gun. It just hits everybody that comes up. 21 perception to see if
21
the trap is still
perception.
there.
You don't see any other traps in the area.
Okay. I don't know. Is that a standard action to do that?
Typically, if you're actively looking for something like that, yeah, it would be a standard action.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will standard action do that, and then I'm going to move back just a wee bit because I'm not going to be the first one to go in anymore.
All right. Do you say anything to Jessup or to Gideon?
No, I think I'm just like bleeding from my nose and mouth and
Oh, wait, you
just
are?
kind of stumbling backwards.
Oh yeah, mostly disintegrated.
I just thought, Jessup didn't see the spell. I think he just thinks that he's all like distraught and all stressed out. It's like, we've been in worse spots before.
Yeah, I think he's just disoriented from the disintegrate that almost permanently ended his life. I think that like he's died before, and this has still been worse because I think this he felt in his core was the closest brush with permanent death that he's ever had.
Yeah.
And he got shot in the head the one time.
Yeah, but that's easy to get rid of.
Yeah. Bullet wounds to the head are nothing.
Yeah. But I guess he would kind of like put up a hand and like cough out blood and say to Jessup, "There was something here, a trap. I think it's gone. Just be careful."
All right. That brings us to Gideon.
Can you, like, reach further than where you are, or not so much?
I mean, you have reach because you're big.
Right. Could I go one space forward, like a lunge, to touch him with a spell?
You could 5-foot step.
Yeah, I know I could 5-foot step. I want to go place. I got places to go, man. I
You
got
could
move action.
move here and he'd be within reach. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll move there, and I will cast a very useful spell called Heal.
What?
It's like it never happened.
Super helpful.
Kieran's like, I'm at half health now.
Yeah. So 150.
Yep.
All right.
That is not even the damage from the disintegrate.
Hey, it's close enough, okay?
Yeah, if I had the HP I have now before the spell, I would have died.
Yeah, you'd have died right now, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna complain, man.
But did you die?
But did you die,
Did you die, though?
But did you die?
After you cast that spell, Kieran sucks up all the blood back into his nose.
Excellent. After completing the verbal components, Gideon will remind Kieran that we will not falter.
And he giggles like a child. All right. So Gideon walks up past his comrades there. He notices that Kieran's coughing up blood, and Kieran said something about there being a trap, and he decides he ain't taking no chances. He's going all in, throws a heal out, and is getting prepped and ready to go. Brings us to bottom of the round, Oran.
That's a trap.
Akbar.
Yeah. Well, I'll go my 80 movement speed.
Yeah, so 20 will get you on the other map, basically, so you can go another 60, which...
I can join everybody in the group.
Yeah, you can basically
Perfect.
catch up with everybody.
Hi,
When
guys.
he recasts haste, we'll all be in range.
All right. So Oran gets up there, and you've all, gathered at the opening here just for the trap to reset and shoot each of you with another one.
I was gonna say a maximized empowered fireball with the enlarged meta magic just blows everyone up.
Persistent power word kill. All right. So this is the top of round 16, and you guys can tell that time's definitely running out. Probably less than half a minute at this point.
Beep, 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 beep.
Top of the round is Jessup.
All right. Did somebody ask for haste?
What a bard. What a bard.
I literally do like one spell and one other thing. So
We love you for it. We love you for it.
we're gonna start up courage again. Might as well, because we think we're going in, and then so which door is it?
Yeah, so the door that you scried Oran's guy going through is this top one.
Yeah, I can't open the door this turn, so I'm just gonna.
Could you allow a barge action? Like swinging doors? Like a tavern? Or
Like an old Western saloon, where they can see through the bottom at our legs, and they're just watching as we're like pitter-pattering around.
Guys, you gotta get what you can get, We're telling this story together. I like to envision saloon doors there.
All kicks in the door. It's high noon.
Howdy, partner.
All right. So Jessup throws out haste, renewing the buff for all of you, and inspire courage on everybody. So takes a little bit step closer, and that's Jessup's turn. Kieran, you're up.
I'm going to quicken cast a mirror image using a 6th level spell slot. So that is going to be 6 images. It's 1 less than what I had in the last combat, but I'll take it. And then I will move through Gideon, and I'm assuming we're going through these doors?
Yep.
I will open the door with my standard action.
Okay, you open the door and you are able to look inside of this room. And Oran had described what he saw before, but now you are able to see firsthand inside this, something like a war chamber. It looks like a council room. You see red banners hanging from the ceiling depicting the symbol of the Iron Fang Legion. There's a table in the center with some models and maps of the countryside there, and there's also some maps hanging from the walls. But on the eastern wall, you see a dizzying array of crystalline circles and bars that cover the whole wall, and they're glowing with a soft green light. And you see half a dozen figures in this room, all huddled around the eastern wall, tracing these lines. And I'll put them on the map for you to see.
For future reference, would the cantrip open close work on doors like this, or do they need to be physically opened?
I think open close depends on the weight of the door.
Yeah, 30 pounds or less.
That would probably be fine. I was just thinking to myself, it would be so funny if it was like, it's locked. And you had to like spend 5 rounds picking the lock because you don't have like a rogue. So Jessup would have to be like, get out of the way so I can get up there and then I'll open the... Oh, that would have been just the best thing
Jessup
ever.
would have to take off his bag, get out his masterwork tools.
Oh,
it would take a long time.
We'd just break down the doors at that point, hopefully.
That would be awesome. Anyways, yes, you open the doors and you see these 6 figures all there huddled around the eastern wall. And as you open the door, the one in the center kind of turns his head and notices you. I'll blow him up here a little bit so you can see.
I know this guy. I've met him before.
Wow, it's deja vu. It's been a long time since we saw this dude.
If you look very closely, you can see the blood of a Malfuni scum coating his blade.
I just remember back when we were sitting in this session, and it's actually our very first recorded session that we have out there. When Jason told us the damage, we were all like, oh my goodness. Now it's like, it's probably on par, but like back then it was, for a first level character, I guess you were second level, it was a lot.
Yeah, my brother continually loves to make fun of the fact that the very first session, he's like, you thought you were so cool, Judge, and your character just dies. That was funny. And then he hasn't listened to anymore, so I'm happy for that.
Spoiler alert.
He doesn't know about that one yet.
All right. So he sees you enter the room, and he, in Goblin, gives a command. He says, buy us some time. And after Kieran, it will go to the red munitions officer up here. He gives a nod and he steps away from the wall, steps a couple feet in your direction, and he's going to pull out a flask, mix some ingredients, and throw a small bomb right in this intersection.
Interesting.
And you can see a slick, oily substance fills those squares right there in the entrance. And that is his turn. Next up, it is the guy down here who moves about 30 feet in that direction, and that's all he does.
He looks regal.
Yeah, I can show you what these guys look like too. There's the one guy.
He kind of looks like an evil Yoda.
A little bit.
Stab you, I will.
He's probably like, I don't know, he's got a banner. Is he a cavalier?
Cavalier or an inquisitor were my thoughts.
We'll see. That brings us to Gideon.
So just real quick, did you say that there's like a danger zone there, maybe?
You see, he threw something on the ground and it kind of blew up, and now there's just like a slick, oily substance covering the ground in that area.
Oh, it's probably my favorite spell.
Yeah. We're going to hit everyone with a Blessing of Fervor. Real quick, rule clarity. Even though the bonus on the +2 is untyped, it says it doesn't stack with effects like those provided by haste. So it's only going to be like a total +1 to each of those things if you decide on them. Is that correct, Jace?
Yeah, it's not going to stack with haste, so it would
correct,
be...
but it'd be one higher, though.
Yeah, it would just supersede it.
So just keep that in mind, but it does allow you, if you do fall in that grease, you'll be able to get up as a swift action instead of spending a move. I'm going to avoid the grease, though, if you'll allow it, and fly. Yeah, fly there.
Okay. That is your turn then?
Yeah.
Okay. Brings us to Oran.
I'm going to move here. Can't see that fella.
No, you don't have a good angle there.
Can see that fella and that fella though, right?
Yeah. The two that left to confront you. Yep.
I'm gonna cast Firestorm.
Okay.
And I can exclude people that I want to exclude. So obviously, Gideon.
Okay. So you cast Firestorm, shaping it but in 10-foot square cubular spaces.
Yeah.
Getting the two guys there. All right. So they both get a reflex save. So the guy right next to Gideon, that is what is his reflex save? A 25 reflex. So that will succeed, and he takes no damage from the spell. And the other guy, does this allow for spell resistance, by the way?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a spell resistance. 30. Okay, 30 will overcome spell resistance, so I'll do that reflex save. That is a 36, so he'll take half damage. So damage on that is any creature within the area takes 1d6 per caster level, maximum 20d6.
16d6, half of that, right?
Yeah, so 16d6, and then we'll cut that in half, and that's what he shall take. 24. All right, so Oran, you cast a spell. You had to move to get to that position?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I had to 5-foot step, but yeah, same thing.
All right, that brings us to the top of round 17. You notice that the progression of the pulsing, it is still picking up, but it is accelerating at a slower rate than before. Ever since these two guys left the wall, it's moving like the progression is slowed, but you still feel like you don't have a lot of time. So this guy up here, he continues tracing along the wall, and that's his whole turn. Brings us to Jessup.
Okay. So I guess I come around the corner, so I'll go up 5. So I'm going to not 5-foot step. I'm going to try to do a movement, but move up. I guess I see the oil spill here now.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like there's just like a sleek, oily bit on the ground.
So I moved... What was it? Yeah, I could get there. Can I attempt to... Because I can't fit in this square, right?
You could squeeze into that corner there, yeah, by the door.
Can I still shoot from there while squeezing?
Sure.
Do I get a penalty or anything?
You take a -4 penalty when you're squeezing, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, to attacks do you do too?
Yeah.
Could you acrobatics it? Could you jump?
Well, I don't want to get closer if I don't have to, but I could consider it. Chances of me hitting are slim to none anyways. That's the spirit, I know. Let's see. Or should I cast a spell that they will definitely pass?
You never know. Their AoE resistance with evasion is kind of annoying, but control spells are always nice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it a whirl here. Why not? So, what's the range on this bad boy? Oh, yeah, we're good. I guess I'm going to, why not? I'm going to aim at other little Yoda against the wall there, scribbling.
Okay.
Other little
Blue Yoda. And most definitely it's not going to work, but we're going to go with the Soundburst.
All right.
Oh, it's every creature in the area. Oh, never mind.
It's a 10-foot spread.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I might as well just do it at this intersection then, right?
Yeah.
You could get
Could I do it here?
all of these ones, so everyone but Flag Bearer.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do what Josh said. So
Okay.
it clearly they're going to pass because it's only 16, 18 DC.
Give me 2 spell resistance rolls. Or I guess it's 1 spell, so it'd be 1 spell resistance against both of their...
Probably fail 18.
Because this is it would be 1 spell, because it's not like Scorching Ray or Magic Missile where you have individual attacks. This is 1 effect going off. Is that correct? Am I thinking?
Yeah, you would roll once, and then you would roll again. The DC would be set against each of them.
So I don't think a 2 on the die is going to make it.
Yeah, so this guy, the red and blue munitions officers are unaffected by the spell. The other 3 will roll the fortitudes. So these 2 have a 18 and 27, and then the middle guy is a 17. That was a bad roll,
Oh,
gosh.
so he failed then.
Which middle guy failed?
Wait, who failed?
Oh, did they not?
No, because
I'm reading the DC that he has. I don't know if he didn't update.
No, my
his
DC, yeah, it's not correct because it's your class level plus the spell level, right? So it'd be 18.
No, it's 10 plus the spell level plus your casting stat for spell DCs. So 10 plus this is a what level spell? Second level spell?
Yeah.
So it'd be 12 plus your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Which is probably 5 plus 5, so 17 is probably the DC. So
nope, it's not that good. It's only a plus 6. Nope, that was right. So yeah, it is 16.
Okay. So every creature in the area takes 1d8 sonic damage and must succeed on a fortitude save to avoid being stunned. Creatures that cannot hear are not stunned.
Well, still, there, take 6, suckers.
So they all still take the 6 damage, but they're just not stunned. All right.
I softened them up, boys.
All right. Yeah. Damage is noted.
You didn't have to say it like that, Jason.
The blue munitions officer spends his whole round on the wall.
We gotta stop that.
Blue shadow guy spends his whole turn on the wall, bringing us to Kieran.
The problem I'm finding is that if a lot of them have evasion, then I'm not going to do well with my blaster spells because they're mostly reflex saves. So instead, I'll experiment here. I'm going to move in. I'm going to fly into be here. I do have my glaive out. And I will start by doing a quickened magic missile at this guy right in front of me.
Okay. Give me...
Spell resistance.
Yeah, give me all of the spell resistances. Because these would be... Each missile would be a roll.
Correct. And there's 5 missiles, right?
Yes.
And I do have a +4 to this because of spell penetration, greater spell penetration.
All right.
So, first one is a 20.
Okay.
Second is a 32.
Okay.
Third is a 25.
Okay.
Fourth is a 29.
Yep.
And fifth is a 28. Or, sorry, 28 and 27 were the last two.
Okay.
Did math
Yeah,
wrong.
so 4 out of the 5 missiles do penetrate spell resistance.
Okay. So 44 plus 4, 15 damage.
All right. Psyche had shield.
I was testing the waters on that one to see if...
No, he doesn't have shield.
Okay. So that is my quickened action, and then I will attack once with my glaive.
Okay.
Against him. So the one attack is a 37.
37 will just hit.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So do I need to roll spell resistance on my corrosive property on this glaive?
No, I'm not going to bother with that.
Okay. So then it's going to be a total of 27 damage. 6 of that is acid from my gloves.
Okay.
And I believe that's my turn. Oh, 3 sonic from Jessup, so.
Make it a nice even 30.
I did mean to ask, and maybe we went over this and I didn't hear, but are minutes per level buffs from the prior combat are still active?
Minutes per level are, yeah, because we're only on round 17.
We've been in initiative order since the gate, so...
Yep.
But I did still have good hope up. Is that gone? So that could change.
That's minutes per level, is it not?
It's minutes per level. We're good.
Is it? I thought that was rounds. Okay. All
nope.
right.
The only one that's rounds that I cast, I think, maybe this is another, is Blessings of Fervor now and Shared Wrath, but I cast neither of those.
All right.
Okay.
Brings us to Munitions Officer Red. He's going to take a step back, and he's going to throw some bombs at Gideon.
Good thing I have evasion.
Yeah, evasion doesn't do anything against bombs, but...
Nope. Shame I didn't pick a better energy resistance, to be honest.
Yeah. So first one is a 31 against touch. Second one is a 34 against touch.
Mm-hmm.
And the final bomb is a 21 against touch.
Yep.
All right, so you get hit by 3 bombs.
That don't feel good.
Are they all fire?
Yeah.
Should have chosen energy resistance fire.
Oh, so first one was bad. The other 2 were definitely way better.
Holy!
You take 18 points of fire damage from the first bomb because I rolled 4 1s. The second bomb, you take 38 points of damage because it did 4 6s. And then the third bomb, you take 42 points of damage because everything was a 5, 4, or 6.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, he's only got so many bombs per day, but he's not used any of them yet this morning.
Whew.
Believe it or not.
That doesn't bode well for me. No energy resistance on that. No DR on that.
Nope.
Whew.
And if you're the direct target, there's no reflex save for half or anything.
Yep, and I didn't pick, spell immunity bombs, because that's not a thing.
Can you imagine if your touch heal spells are as good as those?
Yeah.
That brings us to the honor guard, who's going to 5-foot step up to you, Kieran, and he is going to do a flurry of blows.
Oh, so he is not a cavalier, unless
Nope.
there's some random archetype that I don't know of.
Nope.
Is he a brawler?
Nope.
Is he a monk?
Monks are the only ones who get flurry of blows, so
Oh, what's
First
the
attack.
brawlers called?
Brawler's flurry.
Brawlers. Brawlers.
Brawlers. Get to the Onyx Tower.
So, first attack is a 34 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
No, it's not a hit. With Blessing of Fervor, the dodge bonus to AC stacks. My AC is 35.
Let's go!
Don't stack it with haste.
Yeah, it'll be one
Yeah,
higher.
it would go up one higher than what haste would give you. So,
Oh, well, then let me check haste.
yeah, so if you have haste on, then Blessing of Fervor is only giving you another +1 bonus.
You lied to me, Josh.
No, we actually covered that in detail.
Yeah, but his buff that he put in there said +2 dodge to AC.
Well, yeah, because that's what the spell gives you. But
He said with haste. This is lies. Lies.
Does it automatically add together dodges? It doesn't treat them like the
Dodges
other
stack. Those
yeah,
do
dodges
stack.
stack. So if you just put in a dodge, it's going to stack it.
It is 34 then.
Okay, well, it's probably going to hit an image anyways. That's not a big deal. Second attack is a 31, which is going to miss, but that will be an image.
Yep.
Third attack is a 29, which is a miss and just barely an image. Fourth attack is a 31, which is going to miss, but it's going to be an image. And other attack's 24. That's not going to do it. He's going to spend a key point to do a sixth attack. And that's a 34 as well. Okay, so we have 2 hits and then 2 misses for images. So in the order that this occurred, rolling 1d7. So he gets rid of an image on his first attack. His second and third attacks both got rid of images. His fifth attack missed by a lot because that was his low iterative and he didn't roll too well. And then his final attack potentially hit, so 1d4, it actually hits you.
Okay.
So you are going to take 19 points of damage.
Okay, so 10 off of Stone Skin and then 9 off of HP.
Yes.
Okay.
That is his turn. Skevviston is going to spend his whole turn on the wall. That brings us to Gideon.
5-foot step, start on this guy, and then go into that guy if I knock him down. We are going to 2-weapon fight. I said if, Sarah.
Which guy did you say you were going after first?
Red.
Evil
Okay, so
Yoda.
you're going after the guy who attacked you. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. 2-weapon fighting with a hasted attack. I am gonna consider pushing him back if I hit him with my shield.
All right. So we have a 43, 31, 29, 45, 47. So the 43, 45, 47 will all hit. So let me just make sure he doesn't have anything fancy going on with him. He does have a little bit of fanciness going on. You can tell that not all the damage goes through. His skin looks pretty similar to the rest of yours.
Okay. Some of my damage is fire, too. Does that matter?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So that's 23 damage plus 11 damage is 34 plus another 23 is 57 damage. Okay.
And we will take that shield bash to try to push him back.
Okay. And the shield bash was 45. That will beat his CMD, sorry. And it will beat it by 5. Yes.
All right, then I'll slam him into that guy so he goes prone.
Okay. So you knock him back and he falls prone.
And I'm kind of wishing I had movement, because it says if you are able to take a 5-foot step or to spend an action to move this turn, you can go with them, but I didn't. Oh, wait. Ha 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 ha. Can I Amulet of Hidden Strength and get a move action to go with them? I can get a move or a standard action.
For only 25 gold pieces.
Rules is written you wouldn't because you took a 5-foot step to get to where you were.
Oh, gotcha. Right. And so then you couldn't even use...
Yeah. Because rules is written, the whole point of a 5-foot step is it's not so much like to get movement, it's just that you're not provoking to get there. Because if you wanted to get there without 5-foot stepping, it would be a whole move action and then you wouldn't have been able to full attack. Like, you could have used that item to move into position and then done a full attack, but then you're in the same position that you're in right now.
Sure. That's okay. I'll just swift action heal up some then.
Okay. And is that item like unlimited use per day?
Nope, once per day.
Because you already used that on the gate.
Nope, I used the Wayfinder of Hidden Strength, which lets you roll twice and take the highest result.
Oh.
2 items of Hidden Strength.
Yeah.
Gideon's just full
Could have
of
made
layers.
that more confusing.
One's a Wayfinder and one's an amulet. How is that confusing?
I don't pay attention to the first word. I only pay attention to the third, fourth, and fifth words.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, heal up 19.
Yep, so you do heal up a little bit there. You'll live forever. It's going to be it's an all-out brawl here. After Gideon, that brings us to Oran. You see Gideon just get pelted with bombs.
I want to try to get here. I have to do an acrobatics check, yes? No?
Yeah, so
maybe?
to move through an area of grease, you have to roll an acrobatics check to move at half speed. Failure means you don't move. If you fail by too much, you have to make a... actually, no. Failure means you don't move and you have to make a reflex save or fall. Failure by too much means you just automatically fall.
There are a DC for long jumping is an alternative. You could jump over it, which would be...
harder than the DC to just move through it, I think.
10 for 10 feet or 15 for 15 feet.
15 feet, I think is how you have to... I don't know. What would you judge the distance?
Well, also you have to take into mind, well, I guess you're hasted, so you don't have to worry about the base movement penalty that you get for jumping.
Just because I get a +5 competence bonus jumping for acrobatics checks, so that actually would be pretty helpful for me.
Yeah, so I would rule it as ooh, that is tough.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where like it's 10 between, but grids make it weird. DC 12.
Because realistically, it'd be like this. Like the area would be like that, right?
Right.
Which would mean like you're basically going like you just need to go like 11 or 12 feet, sort of a deal. So I'll just split the difference and say that it's DC 12 instead of DC 15 or DC 10.
Okay, hey, listen, that makes it more wise for me to jump it then.
So just so you know, since you are hasted, your base speed is higher than 30 feet, so you get a +4. Well, this is talking about racial bonuses, but I assume it applies for anybody who's circumstantially running at faster than 30-foot base speed. So you get a +4 bonus on acrobatics checks made to jump for every 10 feet your speed is above 30, so your speed is 40, so you get a +4 on top of whatever other bonuses you get.
Okay. It brings me up to an 8 on acrobatics.
Ooh.
So
20% fail rate.
I might still make it. Ha! Oh my gosh, I rolled a 2. A 2!
That's
a
fantastic.
2!
So what happens is you land only exactly 10 feet, which puts you like 1 foot into the grease. And so as you land, your feet fly out from under you. I'm going to say you land in that same square because that's what makes sense momentum-wise, but you are prone now.
All right.
Blessing of Fervor, swift action, stand up, or did you pick a different bonus at the beginning?
What were the bonuses? I was saving it for just the stand-up, but I didn't read the others.
Oh, well, you can get +1 additional to haste. You can increase your speed by 30 feet, but we have haste, so that doesn't stack. You can use a single spell of 2nd level or lower as if it were enlarged, extended, silent, or still. You make your choice at the beginning of your turn, technically.
Yeah, I mean, I had reserved that I was going to use it for standing up, because I had every intention that Oran was going to fail getting through the grease.
Yep.
He's not very dexterous. So right here?
No, I'm going to say you still land in that same square because you jumped 10 feet, which was almost the edge. It's just that your foot slipped on the grease and you fell prone.
Okay.
So move action, you got to where you're at. Swift action to stand up. You still have a standard remaining.
I'm going to cast Destruction. Does that have spell resistance? I think it does. Yes, it does.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Destruction on. Let's see. We've hurt blue and red, right?
You've kind of hurt the guys over here with they did get hit by the sound burst. Blue didn't because it was spell resistance, but red has taken some damage because Gideon was hitting him, and the honor guard took a little bit of damage from like magic missiles and so on. So the honor guard and the red guy are the most damaged. Also, are you casting this defensively?
Actually, I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me. Now that I see that he's sitting there, for some reason I missed him in my mind, like he just wasn't even there.
Yeah, he's looking at you.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually just try and hit him with the hammer.
Okay.
So just get the one attack, right?
A 34 to hit against the honor guard that will hit.
Hey, sweet. 16 points of damage.
And one more force. Let's go, Jessup!
Let's go!
Let's go, Jessup!
Might as well. It tickled him. I whispered
All
that
right.
one. Take extra damage.
Take extra damage.
You hit him. Brings us to the top of round 18. The red shadow spends his whole round at the wall. Brings us to Jessup.
Alrighty then. Probably gonna try to take some shots. They're gonna have cover though, right? 'Cause I'm shooting through allied squares, so
There is no avenue of ranged attacks that gets through your allies at this point without cover.
unfortunately, I think because of that, I'm a little screwed. I'm gonna try to jump over here so I can get hit by some fire bombs too.
Okay, are you actually jumping then?
I'm acrobaticsing if I can, yeah.
Okay, because if you're jumping, you'd have to. Well, you wouldn't have to, but you'd really want to get a 10-foot running start. But if you're just trying to normal acrobatics move through at half speed, then that's totally fine. It's a DC 10 acrobatics to get through grease at half speed.
That was a 41.
41, okay. You can get over to that square. It's only like 25 feet of movement because you're moving at half speed.
Yep. And then
From there's no cover, by the way.
for shooting them, you mean?
Yeah, because when you determine ranged cover, you take a corner of your square. So technically, these three are totally fine. The top three would have cover, but the bottom three, you'd actually have clear line of sight now.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot at this shadow guy here, just because I know I tickled him with my other attack.
Okay, so you're going to take one shot at the blue shadow?
Yep, so I maintain performance, so I will add on Arcane Strike as a swift action, and then I'm within, just exactly, point blank. All right, take one shot.
All right.
Pew! 38.
38 will hit.
Nice.
Okay, pew, damage, and I also get my own, pew, 6 more. Oh, not too shabby for me.
All right, yeah, not too bad. You hit the guy, and he does flinch and yell out in pain a little bit, but he is still keeping on that wall.
Actually, one sec. Sorry, hold on. I gotta look this up. So I think I have my Gloves of Arcane Striking, and I think it says when the wearer makes an attack using Arcane Strike and hits, enemies adjacent to the target take damage equal to the wearer's Arcane Strike damage bonus. So take that, whatever your name is. That was a Scarvinius, was it? I can't remember his name. Yeah, that was close enough.
Okay, and no save or anything on that. It's just a flat, 4 damage?
Should be, what is it, caster level divided by 5 plus 1, so yeah, I think it's 3.
Should be 4 if it's divided by 5 plus 1. Because you're level 16, so it'd be 5, 10, 15 plus 1 would be 4 damage, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
I concur with you.
So that's 4, and then the blue munitions officer takes 4. So everybody's been damaged a little bit in this combat now. That's Jessup's turn. Blue munitions officer is going to spend his whole turn on the wall. Blue shadow is going to spend his whole turn on the wall. Brings us to Kieran.
I will full attack. Actually, I'll have to fly back so I can full attack with the glaive.
Okay.
So it'll be a 43.
Okay.
And hasted will be a 39 and iterative will be a 27.
All right. Yep, the 43 and the 39 will both hit.
Okay. So first damage is 24. Second damage is 31.
All right. Yeah, and this guy doesn't have a stone skin. So yeah, so 24 plus 31, so 55 damage. All right.
How come you only did 2 attacks, Kieran?
I did 3. Look at above the damages. There's my 27.
Right here.
I'm not using bite attacks yet.
Not doing nom nom nom, so can you take another 6 or 7, please?
Sure. Okay. That's Kieran's turn. Brings us to Munitions Officer Red.
What a tempting square, huh?
I won't be what I could be.
Why not?
Which would be to just toss bombs while prone at negligible penalty.
I wouldn't be mad. I would just be sad.
So that is the option that a 22 intelligence cruiser probably would take, but I'm going to have him stand up 5-foot step here, and he's going to throw 1 bomb. He's going to go directly at Gideon. So this is going to be a 35 against touch.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I need a reflex save from you.
29.
Okay.
Okay.
You take 22 points of force damage, and your reflex save is enough to prevent you from being knocked prone.
Ooh, tricksty. I like that.
As he throws a force bomb at you. That is his turn. That brings us to the honor guard. He is described as a bodyguard, so he's going to 5 step up here. He is going to do a standard action attack against Gideon. He doesn't have to spend a key point unless he wants to up the damage. I guess he doesn't have to be too conservative for key points since... Yeah, he's going to spend a key point to up the damage. He's going to use his one-touch monk power. What are they called? I'm trying to find the stat block here. Key power. He's going to use his one-touch key power as a standard action to make a single attack against you, Gideon. This will be against touch AC, and he is going to make this a stunning fist.
No.
So that is a 41 against touch.
Okay.
So you will take 25 points of damage.
This is reduced by DR, though, yeah?
Yeah, so you would only take 15 points of damage. But I need you to give me a fortitude save against his stunning fist.
Does a 40 pass?
40. 40 will pass his stunning fist DC.
Nice.
Stunning fist doesn't tend to scale terribly well, to be honest.
Isn't it pretty garbage?
Stunning fist is a great ability, but yeah, the scaling on it basically doesn't happen well. I mean, his isn't awful. It's just that it's not gonna, unless you roll like a natural 1 or something like that.
I don't know. We've never had any monks that went past 5th level, isn't that the thing?
Yeah, but so he does get up there and do 1 punch at you, Gideon, and you can feel that the force of the punch it feels like your armor's not even there. It's like paper. It just goes straight into your gut, and that is his turn.
Yeah, I get the 1 punch vibe when he goes and it like goes behind him and blows up a canyon. It just went through my armor, the shockwave.
Yeah. Skavviston will spend his whole turn on the wall.
Coward.
Keeping track of all these numbers here. That brings us to Gideon.
Man, it's like there's a headspace that doesn't know what the best course of action is. I really want to stop them. I'm almost tempted to just like charge and shield bash so that I can maybe knock him down.
Grapple up.
Yeah, but I think I want to stop some damage from happening. So we'll take another 5-foot step, start with red, and if we finish him off, go to this guardian.
Okay.
Did I miss, Josh? Do you have an invocation going?
No.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
This whole time I haven't.
Because he
and I could have.
sucks.
Oh man, what a terrible Endura.
I've never
know.
seen an Omdura this bad.
That's
This is
crazy.
why you're a great value inquisitor / paladin.
You could have beaten this encounter by now.
I don't know about that. You guys could have gotten some extra damage, which I will consider doing.
What do we need extra damage for? Don't we want to prolong this fight?
Yeah, you want this to take as long as possible.
Yeah.
You guys want me to forego a full round attack and get you some stuff?
Do you have to do that? Because it's 7th level that it's a swift?
Yeah, and I'll never get there. Yeah.
That is comical. That is quite funny. I do find that funny.
And all the buffs that I was casting, that's the one I missed.
Well, when the tower explodes on you, you can all point at Gideon.
That's like Jessup for getting Inspire Courage.
Oh wait, when does that happen?
Shameful.
That's like Justin for getting several different buffs.
All the time.
Hey, he's gotten better.
To be fair, I'm probably missing one or two. So it wouldn't have mattered. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, full attack against red here. Okay.
Wow. All right.
So, okay. So 42 to hit, a 46 potential critical with a 34 to confirm, a 34, a 39, and a 35. So 42 will hit, 46 will hit but will not confirm, and 39 will hit. The 34 and 35 both miss. So he does have stone skins, so that's the first attack does 20, the next attack does 20, and the shield does another 9. Okay.
That 39, though, did that miss the DC or did that push him?
That overcomes the DC, not by 5 if that matters, but...
That means I can push him 5, so I'll push him into the wall and knock him prone.
Okay, you do so.
So how many attacks was that? 3?
Yes, he successfully hit 3 times.
Yay! Well, that was garbage. Another 6.
Another 6 damage, okay. All right. After Gideon, it comes to Oran.
I'm going to cast a spell now that he's not right next to me.
Yeah, that's true. He's not provoking you anymore.
Good.
Joke's on you. The alchemist cast long arm on him, so his arms stretch out like rubber and punch
he
you.
does not have noodle arms.
He hit you with his flag banner.
Untrue. I'm going to try a cast of distraction
All right.
on the blue guy.
Okay, so that will have a spell resistance roll.
Yes.
Roll good, man.
I know, right?
You can moment of. Do you have anything benefiting spell rolls? I don't think there's any buff that does that.
Oof. 21?
21 will not overcome spell resistance.
No.
Sadly.
Oh no.
You can move if you so wish.
I'll 5-foot step.
Okay. Brings us to the top of round 19. You guys can feel that this pulsing is getting dangerously fast.
No.
Like, dangerously fast.
Like we got like 2 rounds left kind of fast, or?
You don't know. It's in that ballpark, though.
All right.
Red shadow stays on the wall. That brings us to Jessup now.
Jessup will... If I 5-foot step here, I'm not in the oil, correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Kieran's within touch.
Yeah, Karen's within touch range.
Kieran, do your thing! Brilliant inspiration!
All right, so you link minds together. Each time it makes an attack roll. It takes... Oh, so this is just permanent advantage.
Oh,
essentially
wow.
for the rest of this fight.
Wow.
Unless I roll a natural 20.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just roll
Yeah.
boatload of 19s, please.
19s. Nothing but 19s.
I love this spell. It's a very fun spell.
It is quite a good spell.
My only level 6 spell, so please don't get a nat 20 on the very first roll. I will be
I'll try not to. I'm going to. You know I'm going to.
Oh, boy.
I'll roll something that makes you re-roll the attack or something. No. Can I do that? No, stop! Yeah, I could have attacked, but I think Kieran, you're going to do more damage than I will, so...
All right. That brings us to Munitions Officer Blue. He stays at the wall. Shadow Blue. He stays at the wall.
So dangerous. It's so bad.
Oh boy, this is gonna come down to the wire much faster than I thought it was going to. That brings us to Kieran.
All right, Kieran will 5-foot step up and full attack the guardian guy. Is that what he is? Temple
The
guard?
honor guard. Yeah.
Honor guard. That's yeah. All right. So first attack is a 36.
All right.
The advantage, so 31 and 36. Take the 36. Second attack is either a 40 or a 45, so I'll take the 45.
Okay.
And the so that was hasted, and the iterative attack is either a 35 or a 29.
Okay. All 3 of those will hit.
Okay.
It's like the only time that Kieran, I'm hoping I don't see green up there for you.
Yeah.
No, I know.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I know. All right. So first damage, 24.
All right.
Second damage, 29.
Okay. He goes down on the second attack.
Okay. So then my third attack does not go off, and I will quickened magic missile the red guy. Actually, can I see him? I don't know if I can even see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him. I'd need spell resistance rolls.
Okay. So spell resistance. This does not count as a thing for brilliant inspiration because it's just attack roll, ability check, or skill check. So-
Yeah, you're not rolling anything.
Okay.
Oh, you mean for the spell resistances? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, for the caster level checks. Yeah.
It says attack roll, ability check, or skill check, and a spell resistance is a caster level check, not an ability check. So you should be fine.
Are you saying I can't do it or that I can do it?
Oh, I was thinking about it the other way around.
I do not think that it applies.
It shouldn't. It's not an attack roll, It's not a skill, and you're not adding any ability modifier to this roll, so it's not an ability check.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, you're not re-rolling any of these.
So 5 caster level checks. So 25, 27, 19, natural 1, natural 20.
Okay.
So
Thank goodness.
whew, thank goodness. All right,
So the 27 and the 33 go through.
all right, so
Wait,
2.
don't you have an additional plus for that, Kieran?
Oh yeah, I do add 4. Sorry, that's not programmed in.
So that would make it 29, 31. Okay, so 3 of those would go through then.
Okay.
Because the 25 would be bumped up to be enough.
Thank you, Jessup. 3d4
That's what I'm
plus
here for.
3, 12 force damage.
All right. So the munitions officer goes down as well.
Okay.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Can we get some X's on these guys? Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, boss.
2 of them are down. That was Kieran's turn. Scabviston. He stays at the wall, but you can see him mutter to 2 others. He'd be like, "We're nearly there. Just a few more." And he'll spend his whole turn there, just ignoring the 4 people directly behind him.
That'll be
He
fine.
really
It'll be
wants
fine.
this to happen.
That brings us to Gideon.
We're gonna 5-foot step, swift action, make this guy my enemy. We will divine might.
Okay, you're making the red shadow appear your enemy. Is that right?
No, the guy down there.
And Viston.
All right.
I'm gonna wait to do that to see if I end up fighting him this round or not, because I realize it won't even help my AC because I think I already have a more than a 2 deflection. So just pretend that didn't happen. We'll start up here. And we'll, for the sake of consistency, we'll just say that my shield bash is the second thing. That's the way I can kind of envision it in my head. I think having it be the first is a little too cheese, but the 1-2.
So you're doing it in that primary hand main attack, secondary hand main attack, primary hand iterative, and you don't have further iteratives on your offhand. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's not, yeah. So I just get an additional attack, but I'll have that just be like the second one that resolves.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. So against red, shadow red. 44, 40, 26, 38, 46. The 26 will miss. The other 4 will hit. And the shield bash does not succeed against this guy.
So it's 1 or is it 2 higher? I wonder. But we'll find out later, I guess.
All right, so that's 35 plus 34, so that's 69. Nice. 79, 87 plus 24 would be 112 damage to Shadow Red. All right.
Is he still up?
Yeah, he's still up.
We will now swift action Amulet of Hidden Strength for 1 more additional attack.
Okay, it's like, because it gives you another standard action. Okay, yeah.
Well, not. It just says, as a swift action, the wearer can make 1 melee or ranged attack at the highest attack.
Oh,
bonus.
specifically an attack. Okay.
Yeah, so it's more limited than I thought. So
All right.
but that's okay. We'll do 1 more against him then.
Okay.
And I should still take the 2 weapon fighting penalty, yeah?
Yes, very much so.
39.
And you don't still, you took the other swift action buff off already, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, 39 will hit.
for another however much more damage.
27 plus 5, 30. That will put him down, actually.
Woohoo! Let's go!
Wow.
I know. We do damage, baby.
Gangster.
That's what a fully buffed Gideon looks like. I only needed 37 spells.
I wish I bought some cool magic items, but I had to buy a stupid Sardonyx key again.
Yeah.
All right.
Sucks to be you, I guess.
That brings us to Oran.
I'm going to move here.
Jumps onto the table.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Jumps on the
Here,
table.
you guys, I want to step on all your maps.
I get my
mud
dirty
on my
boots.
boots.
Yeah, I've got hobgoblin blood on my boots.
gets an esoteric bonus +1 to his attack for having a height advantage.
Yes. And then he's going to cast Storm Bolts.
Oh, fancy.
I'm trying here, all right?
Because that won't hit any of your allies, but it'll hit all of them.
Possibly. I mean, first it does have spell resistance.
Yeah, so I only need one, because...
Oh, come on. Ha! Oh my god, a 2.
Okay.
A 2!
Yeah. So the munitions officer and the 2 unconscious people with spell resistance are unaffected by this. The other 3 all get reflex saves.
Fort saves.
Oh, fortitude saves.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no evasion with fortitude saves.
No. That's nice.
I thought that was a reflex save spell. That's interesting.
Nope.
I guess I never really put together the fact that wasn't a reflex spell.
Oh, fortitude partial. That's pretty. That is actually pretty good.
Okay, so Blue Shadow, his fortitude gets him a 19.
It's a high level spell. It's a level 8 spell, so
looks like it's 22.
Yeah, 22
based of the thing there, so that'll
22
hit.
Yeah,
his reflex is way better than his fort.
Yep, that's why I used it. I was like, I might actually hit him with this one.
Scab Viston gets a 27.
Oh, that'll pass. Yeah.
And then the unconscious red guy gets a natural 1. Okay, well. He was out of the combat anyways, so I'm not worried about that.
So that will stun.
Whoa, that's so good.
Blue guy.
Right. So you get to roll your 16d8 damage.
93.
Whoa. So Blue takes 93 points of damage. All right. And he is stunned for 1 round. Okay. Scab Viston succeeded, so he takes half that. All right. And then the red guy takes half of that as well, but so he's at minus 60 something or something. I don't know. But he's out.
Out of level 8 spells for the most part. I got my domain spell, and that's it.
All right, that's Oran's turn. Top of round 20.
Whew.
Jessup, it is your turn.
So you said this blue guy was visibly stunned?
Yeah, so he is stunned currently. He is we'll do that one, stunned.
So yeah, I guess Jessup's gonna aim at other Yoda.
Okay, yeah, the blue Yoda. Yep.
Now they're got their backs turned because they're working on the machine, right? I mean, so wouldn't he? I mean, if he's paying attention, isn't he I guess flat-footed?
No.
Yeah, no.
Because all they're really doing is tracing a line. They're not really doing anything.
All right, we're gonna play this game. We're gonna trace a line. And I get to get a Nerf crossbow and just start shooting at people and see if they flinch or not. All right, then I will maintain performance, arcane strike, and we're just going to go ham on the evil Yoders.
Okay.
There.
Go for it.
All right, so pew pew, 40, 42, 32, 42. Huh.
I'll finish her.
All right, 3 of those will hit.
So it's 16, 18, 14, and 11 sonic.
Okay, yep, he does have stone skin.
Jerk face.
So the arrows kind of shatter as they hit him, but you do deal some damage still. So a portion of that does go through. And the 11 there, I have that in as well. That's your turn?
And then I'll just 5-foot step in closer, but yeah, I'm good.
Okay, sure. You hear Scab Viston cursing, and he just says, "Give it up, just take them out." And so the blue guy is going to go. He's going to 5-foot step here. And he's going to full-on bomb at Gideon. So...
Full-on bomb.
Full-on bomb.
Oh, man.
First bomb is only a 27 against touch. Second bomb is a 36 against touch. Third bomb is a 26 against touch. So those are all going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing full-on fire, because that deals slightly more damage than the force. So first bomb is going to deal 40 points of damage to you, Gideon.
Go slow, because I have a thing. But yeah.
Okay. Second bomb is going to do 28 points of damage to you, Gideon.
Okay.
Final bomb is going to do another 28 points of damage, Gideon.
Okay. So I am going to note something. I have that feat for the duration of this combat. So I'm not going to go down. I'm going to choose to be staggered. And then I will immediate action second wind. Healing, is that correct? 12?
Okay.
Oh no.
So you stay conscious at negative hit points, and as an immediate action, second wind goes off, healing you 12.
Mm-hmm. We're chilling, baby.
I forgot that these guys had shields, so those magic missiles shouldn't have hit, but that's fine.
Oh, that sucks for you.
Dude, we even talked about that. Or was that a different dude?
You were talking. You did it was against the honor guard. I neglected to think about it with the alchemists.
Well, it was only this guy, and it was just he had one hit point. So
I don't think it would have made a colossal difference because he would have had to stand up from prone, or he was going to get an attack of opportunity anyway. So that was pretty much over.
Yeah.
So that is the blue's turn. The blue shadow is stunned, so he will be stunned. That brings us to Kieran. Oh, sorry, Oran. I need 3 reflex saves because you're in the splash zone.
No.
I'm not the splash zone.
Right into the splash zone.
And everyone knows Oran's known for his reflex saves.
Yeah, he is. No, he's
Also
not.
known for spell resistance.
Well, these aren't spells, unfortunately. Oh, you mean spell resistance rolls? Yeah. He's known for that. Now he's known for that. All right, so you will take 13 points of damage from the first bomb, from the splash damage. You will take 6 from the second, because it's halved, rounded down, and then another 13. So a total of 29 fire damage, I believe, altogether.
Okay. 29 fire damage. Good.
Now we go over to Kieran.
Kieran is going to move to get up to the blue Yoda.
Okay.
And I'll do 1 attack with my glaive.
Sure thing.
A 35 or a 36.
Okay. A 36 will miss.
Okay. And then I'm going to quicken Scorching Ray at the stunned guy.
Nice, good choice.
Kicking him when he's down.
That's the plan.
It's rude.
All right, so this is going to be 3 ranged touch attacks.
Okay.
So 31.
Yeah. Against his stunned AC, I don't think you can do it.
So 33, 36, or 29.
Yeah, against his stunned touch AC, you just barely get to hit him there, yeah.
I was going to say, are you targeting them all to him, or are you splitting any up?
I was going to target all of them to him.
Focus
Okay.
fire.
All right. So that is, do you need me to split it out, or should I just roll 12d6?
He doesn't have any fire resistances or anything like that, so just go ahead for it.
Okay. 35 fire damage.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Is that enough,
poo.
or is he 1?
He's up.
Well, that's all I got, so that's my turn.
You see him kind of lean against the wall there,
Okay. Cool.
but he's still conscious. That brings us to Scabviston. Scabviston realizes that he's not going to be able to do this while you guys are in the way. You advanced a little bit too quick there at the end. He's going to 5-foot step back, and he is going to
Surrender.
No, I don't think he's going to do that.
Oh. He
Don't
could.
believe so.
Eh.
He's going to full attack you, Gideon.
Yep.
His first attack, he is going to use 2-weapon feint
Oh, okay.
to feint you. So he's going to make a bluff check here. So the DC is either it goes off of either your sense motive or I think your CMB, depending on what your CMB is. I believe. Let me double check that. Okay, so feint 10 plus your opponent's base attack bonus and wisdom, or 10 plus their ranks and sense motive. So it's probably your base attack bonus and wisdom is probably higher.
10 plus your opponent's sense motive bonus, not just ranks.
Oh, sorry, yes, sense motive bonus. Yep.
Okay, so 10 plus sense motive bonus would be 24. The other option is 10 plus my base attack bonus, which would be 11.
It's 21 then plus your wisdom.
Wisdom is 0. So it'd be 21 or 24. So we'll go with 24, yeah?
Okay. All right, he'll roll his bluff check. That is a 31.
Okay.
So you are bluffed. So you are flat-footed against the rest of his attacks.
Dexterity
yes,
bonus to AC, if any.
Yeah, dexterity bonus. That would include any and all dodge bonuses, by the way. Anytime you lose dexterity, you lose dodge bonuses. So it's essentially you're flat-footed.
Correct.
So he will then do the rest of his 5 attacks. First attack. It's a natural 19 for a 40 even.
You're joking.
Oh my.
You're joking.
That is also a critical threat because his weapon is keened.
Let's see here. Yeah, because the Blessing of Fervor is only a 1 die. And yeah.
All right. To confirm. Oh, come on. Natural 18 for a 39. So
Nope.
he misses the confirmation by 1, but that will hit. And due to factors, I'm going to roll his damage now and then move on. So from his sneak attack, you take 31 points of damage. That's 10 off of your, So you take 21 damage to your HP.
Oh no, I'm in a predicament. What do you think? I flip a coin?
It's up to you.
It's up to Gideon. Gideon's gonna stay up.
Okay.
He's staggered.
Gideon remains conscious. So you take 31 points of the damage there. You also take 2 points of strength damage.
Okay.
And on your turn, you'll take 7 bleed.
I'll keep all of those in mind if I'm still
Yep.
alive.
In addition, debilitating strike will go off. So your AC and attack rolls in relation to Scab Viston will be 6 lower.
Oh, that's not so good. Maybe I would have gone down.
That's not ideal.
He will now continue the rest of his attacks. So his third attack, well, his second attack, because his first attack was a feint, but it's his third attack, is a 29, which probably doesn't do it even with the 6.
Yeah.
We're getting into iteratives here. Final attack's 21. Okay, so now we're on the offhand attacks. Back up to the full bonus is a 37. Because you're flat-footed minus 6, basically.
So that would be 34.
Okay, so he does hit with his first offhand strike, which will deal 46 points of damage, reduced by 10.
Gideon's down and he's dead.
Okay.
So how much reduced by 10 though?
Yeah, so you go down by 36. And he has 1 attack left, but he already 5-foot stepped to get up to that direction, so he can't hit anybody else with it, so he's going to just hit you again.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, he's going all in on that. So he gets, I'm just going to add a +4 to his attack because you're prone now. So just, again, it's just your 34 AC here against his attack. That's a bad roll, 25. It still misses. That is Scab Viston's turn. That brings us to Gideon. Gideon takes 7 bleed damage, and he's down.
Do I take the bleed damage still?
Yeah, you're still bleeding.
Okay.
Theoretically, at least. That brings us, after Gideon, to Oran. Oran, you see some pretty heavy strikes go into Gideon, and his massive frame collapses to the ground. And you see Scab Viston does not let up, but the armor is able to deflect the final attack. But there's a lot of blood pooling underneath him.
He's dead. We're moving past it.
Okay, yeah.
It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oran's gonna cast Destruction on the scabby
Gideon.
guy. Yeah, on Gideon.
Oh, yeah.
Is to send him to his final god.
Let's just add a death effect on there and call it good.
Call it good. No, on Mr. Scabby.
Okay. All right, so that is a something save. Is that a will save, fortitude save?
That is
it's
a
not a
fort.
reflex.
It's a fort save.
Okay.
Fortitude for partial.
All right, let's see what we get here. Not bad, 28. Should be enough.
That'll pass. Yeah.
I said 28 with a question mark, but I was like, no, that 28, that should be fine.
10d6.
Yeah, it still does quite a bit of damage on a fail.
40 damage.
All right.
And then I will swift action and cast. Oof. I really want to hit Scabs again, but I think I'm going to hit blue.
Which blue?
Which one's taking more damage? Can I know that?
Well, you can see that this guy's slumping against the wall. If
Okay.
that matters.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and try and finish him, I guess. Cold Ice Strike.
Okay, yeah. He does still get a reflex save even when he's stunned, right? I think it's just he doesn't add his dexterity bonus. I mean, I want to say that he doesn't get it, but if you're dead, you still get a saving throw.
Yeah, so I think he'd still get a saving throw. I mean, if you want to reduce his number a little bit, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to be mad about it.
I'll take his reflex save bonus off. Not his reflex save bonus. I'll take his dexterity bonus. So he's not going to add his dexterity to this. And I'll reduce it by another 2 because that's what stunned does to AC. So we're basically reducing his reflex by, oh gosh, that's a high dexterity, by 9. Okay.
Wow, that's a heck of a dex bonus.
But he rolls a 16 on the dice, so that's still a 26.
Oh yeah, that'll pass.
Okay, so he's fine because of evasion.
Evasion. Okay.
Okay.
Then that's gonna be my turn.
Yeah, that brings us to the top of round 21. The pulsing continues, but it has not accelerated any further than it did last round because currently everybody is either attacking you or stunned.
Well, he's not stunned anymore, so it was only 1 round.
Yeah, at the start of your turn, he's
Yeah.
oh, so he probably would have still had those bonuses. He's succeeded anyways.
Right.
So that brings us to Jessup.
5-foot step, and I'm gonna shoot it. Angry slumped blue.
Sure. Yep. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
I'm gonna maintain performance, arcane strike, and old poobla.
See if you can do it.
Oh, of course I can. I'm the finisher.
Can he finish it? Let's see.
35, 34, 22, 39. Maybe the 39.
Okay. 3 of those will hit.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, the shadows have way low AC. Your first attack is enough to put him down because he was at 0 hit points.
Then I'll switch to this guy, I suppose.
Okay.
Probably not gonna do damage a ton, so.
So the 35 hits the shadow. The 34, the 30, goodness gracious. The 34, the 22 miss the other guy. The 39 will hit even with the +2 from cover that I was just arbitrarily giving him because I knew it was still going to hit.
Okay, so he'll take 17 plus 3 Sonic.
Okay, so with Stone Skin, that'll be 11 off him. So you put the first guy down, and then you take a chunk out of the other guy as well. All right.
I like how you say chunk. It made me feel like I actually did something. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
We know it was a tickle. It was a nick. It was a nick. That was about it.
That brings us to the munitions officer guy. That destruction was pretty eye-catching. He's going to step back, and he's going to full attack bomb Oran because of...
What?
He doesn't know that you probably are out of those, maybe, but he's not going to risk that. That's too strong of a spell to let go. So, first bomb is going to be a 32 against touch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's only... Well, yeah, I say ooh, but it's still a 26 against touch.
Yeah. My touch is 15.
20 against touch. So yeah, they all hit. They basically can't miss.
Yeah.
So let me scroll up to this. Okay, so you take 29 damage from the first fire.
Oof.
Josh has thrown spells out.
Yeah, that would have gone off when I went to 0 on the turn before.
So how much healing?
The 19.
If you're brought below 0 hit points or killed, which you were, this goes out and basically everybody in the area gets Cure Light Wounds.
Yep, allies.
So yeah, so the 3 of you would have healed 19. I think you were all at... Kieran was the only one that wasn't at full, I think.
Oh, no, I had some damage.
Oh, okay.
Oran got hit.
So basically this 29 will just go off your full hit points then, because you would have been healed up before these attacks went off. So that's, again, 29 fire damage. I don't know if you have any resistances to fire or not, but...
Not on me right now. No.
Okay. So 29 fire damage, followed by 38 fire damage, followed by 25 fire damage.
Ow.
So that is 9. That's like 80-something damage, yeah.
Yeah, Scavini is about to murder us.
That brings us from him to Kieran. And I guess Josh would have taken a bunch of fire damage as well, but he's already dead. So it's just more dead.
Yeah, but don't you worry. At the start of my turn, Enduring Bloom will cast Cure Light Wounds on me.
Yeah, you're still going to be dead.
You'll live forever.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this.
Can I 5-foot step here?
You're flying, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. So I am going to... Oh boy, I'm running low on these boys, but I will quicken cast Resist Energy Fire on Oran.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to roll a spellcraft on that. Okay.
Can they tell what energy type I choose?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
I know I can. They know I cast the
you
spell.
You should be able to. Yeah.
I disagree, but that's your call.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you're casting the spell, and you'd have verbal, somatic components, and then you can also use the knowledge and arcana to identify active spell effects. So, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to.
I'm sure I just wasted a level 6 spell, but that's all cool because it happens. So we'll just pretend like that was a saver suck, and then I will full attack on blue.
Okay, yeah. So swift resist and then full attack. Okay.
Okay, 47 or a 34, a 38 or a 34.
Okay.
And a 42 or a natural 20, but confirmed with a natural 1. So there goes my...
Yeah.
It was bound to happen.
So all 3 of those will hit, but you will now lose your...
Advantage.
My advantage.
Cool buff.
It was good while it lasted.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
First damage is 29. Second damage is 31.
Whoa.
And
rocks.
Third damage is 27.
Nice.
I rolled max acid on every single one of those. 6 acid on every single one.
Brilliant.
All right. Not bad at all.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. After Kieran, that brings us to Skavistan.
See ya, Oran. It was fun playing with you.
He
Hi, guys.
sees his next target. As before, his first attack, he's going to do a feint. So, Oran, this is going to be... The DC is either 10 plus your base attack bonus plus your wisdom, or 10 plus your sense motive bonus.
My sense motive?
Yeah, 10 plus your sense motive bonus. Whichever one of those two calculations is the higher number.
Sense motive is my higher number?
So in this...
No. Base attack bonus plus wisdom's higher. Sorry.
Okay. So that is a 32 on his bluff check.
And it's what plus those?
10 plus base attack bonus plus.
Oh, so it would have been 26 would have been the DC.
Evidently. I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah, because I have 4 wisdom, 12 base attack bonus, and then plus 10. So yeah, 26.
Yeah, and I said what, 30?
32.
All right, so you are flat-footed now against the rest of his attacks.
2 AC.
Yeah, it's not as much of a difference from you, but it might be enough for it to matter.
You're not gonna miss. My AC's not that great.
Well, these aren't touch attacks, so...
Yeah, but even then, my AC is not good.
All right, so first actual attack is a 34.
That'll hit.
All right, so for reasons, I will...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my AC's not very high.
So it's going to be 43 points of damage. You don't have Stone Skin anymore, so that's just straight 43 damage.
It is. I haven't had Stone Skin this entire combat.
Yeah. In addition, you will take 2 strength damage, and on your turn you'll have 7 bleed. And then Debilitating Strike will go off, so your AC and attack rolls against Skavistan will, for the next round, be 6 lower.
Okay.
Which makes the rest of his attacks much more deadly.
Yep.
So this is his first iterative on his main hand, because I just do it all in a row as I read this. Lower to hit. So this is his iterative, so it's lower. Yours is 6 lower as well. So that gives me a 20, which might be enough to hit, maybe? No?
A 20? No.
Okay.
My AC is 31, so 31 minus 6. 25.
Oh, goodness, I was nowhere near. I didn't know how low your AC was. You made it sound like your AC was really low.
That's pretty low compared to, like... I mean, I think I have the lowest other than Jessup. Kieran's at, like, a 40.
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
I'm kidding.
I'm 34.
I'm kidding. He's, like, 34.
Yeah, I think you're the second highest, generally, with buffs and stuff. But okay, so 20 misses. This is the third iterative, which, if your AC is in the 30s, is going to be it's going to miss. Brings us over to his offhand, so now we're back up to the highest attack bonus. It's a 32.
That'll hit.
And then his last iterative is only a 20. Oh, wait, no, you said 25 is your AC, but minus 6, so that would actually hit, wouldn't it? I was about to say only a 25, because my head was still in the 30s, but...
No, 25 will hit.
All right. So you take 42 from the second attack that had hit you, which would give you another 2 strength damage. The bleed does not stack. And then the final attack that hits you is a 38. Another 2 strength damage. That's a total of 6 strength damage against you.
I go down.
Okay. Oran collapses onto the ground, unconscious.
Well, I guess it's the Kieran and Jessup show.
Yeah.
Haha! Joke's on them. That's what we wanted.
that would bring us to Gideon's turn. Gideon, does your heal do anything? Because you're dead, so I don't know if, does it actually have an effect to be noted?
No, just cure light wounds. I mean...
Well, I didn't know if is it everybody again, or is it just you?
Oh, no, it's just me.
Okay, so...
I also, I lost my Grodger bite because in this fight I got healed to full.
Yeah.
So...
Good job,
else
Justin.
I would be...
What happens when you leave keyboard in the middle of a fight?
Else I would be coming back, but I'm
Because
not, and that's fine.
technically, I could have excluded him, but he wasn't at his keyboard when I did that. So.
Right.
No, I was. We talked about it, and I said, no, just do your thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to play your character.
All right. So Oran goes down. After Gideon, it would be Oran's turn. So Oran, you are unconscious. You take 7 bleed damage, which I don't know what your con is. You can also roll a con check if you'd like.
Sure, I'll give a con. Why not? There you go. How about
Okay.
a 50?
So you go down 1, probably.
All right. Top of round 22, Jessup. You see 2 of your companions fall,
Nice.
and things are looking pretty rough.
Yeah. It's going well.
It's coming down to the wire in more ways than one now.
I guess Jessup will 5-foot step, and we're gonna shoot at Scabbers over there.
All right, sure.
Oh gosh, this is terrible. 32, 27, 20, and 31. So we're gonna go with pass.
Those weren't the greatest rolls.
It's a nat 3, nat 3, nat 1, nat 2. That's awesome.
I mean, the 32 and 31 do hit.
Wait, they do?
Yeah, his AC is not as stacked as the monk or the alchemist. He's a rogue.
Oh, okay. Well,
Glass cannon, his AC is lower than your guys' is. It's just he'll kill you in one round if you let him.
Sure. I mean, if he asks, can I tell him no? I mean, that's...
Yeah, what if we say, is he like a vampire? We can't. We have to invite him in.
Yeah, if you told him to stop, he just would have...
Oh, this is what we were doing wrong the whole time, guys.
Oh!
Bunch of idiots.
Even villains value consent. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, 15 plus 16, 31 plus 5, so 36 damage. Okay. All right. I mean, he's still up, so...
He's on the ropes, Kieran.
That brings us to Blue. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is such an interesting dilemma to be in. Because now that Scabviston's joined the fight, does that mean he's in a good position to...
No.
A giant button opens behind him and he just pushes it.
He is going to acrobatics over here. So that acrobatics check is going to be 26, which probably is not enough to beat Kieran's CMD.
No, my CMD is 35.
Okay, so you do get an attack of opportunity on him.
Go, Kieran, go.
37.
37 will just hit.
Yay.
29 points of damage.
29. All right, he's still up.
2 more?
And 2 more from Jessup.
And it puts him down?
No, he's still up. And then he turns to the wall and begins the countdown anew. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, but... Oh, man, we're close. We'll see. Oh, crap. I forgot that Kieran goes next. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, Kieran, it's your turn. I don't know why I thought that... Okay. I had it in my head. I was like, he's in a position where it's like, Scabviston's in the fight, and Scabviston is just annihilating you guys, so he should be okay to do this. I didn't even think of the initiative order.
You're gonna die, clown.
That's okay. I've made plenty of mistakes. About time you made one.
Well, if we're lucky, Kieran will go down this round, and then it's just Jessup.
Right, yeah.
Oh boy.
If we're lucky.
Oh boy.
And then I will challenge him to a verbal duel.
Which he will accept because he is honorable.
Yep, hobgoblins can't deny it. Yep.
He just bluffs the whole time.
We just we just keep going back and forth.
Okay. I am going to start by attacking the blue guy. So
Okay.
my first glaive attack will be a 44,
Yeah, that'll hit.
doing 32 points of damage,
Let's go.
Oh, I forgot Stonestone from the last attack. Let me give him 10 back.
and 4 from Jessup.
He's still up.
With the 4 too, you got 26 total damage
Yep, I
there?
added the 4. Giving him the stone skin from the attack of opportunity, he's still up.
Okay. Next attack is a 46,
Okay, 46. This will put him down no matter what you roll for damage. He has 6 hit points left.
25, and then 3 from Jessup, so 28.
Okay, so he's down. It's now a 2v1 fight.
Iterative will go against Scabviston.
All right.
Don't forget, you got Moment of Greatness if you ever want to expend it for
Natural 20
double.
All
with
right.
a 37 to confirm.
Okay.
Okay.
Natural 20 does hit. 37 does confirm, but I need you to roll me a D100 because he has fortification armor.
Okay.
Come on, Sarah. Garrett,
Oh,
Don't put this
man.
on me.
we want high, right?
You want high?
73.
Yeah!
We want high?
He has a set of +2 moderate fortification chainmail.
Let's go, Sarah.
Is that 50-50?
That's a 50%, and you rolled a 73, so that will go through.
All right, times 3 glaive. Don't do me wrong.
Oh shoot, that's not good.
69.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna ruin it. Dink. Oh, 70!
70 damage.
All right.
Really a little dink.
He whispers again. Go down. I'll finish you with a whisper.
He's still up.
Okay.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm just gonna post in can I post a picture here? No, I can't. I'm gonna post a picture in Discord just for what his current HP is as of prior to this attack.
Oh my lord, you could have done it. You could have done it. You still might. You
Wow.
actually before him, after him, I don't know.
Does he have shield? Because I could still quicken magic missile him.
You don't know, you haven't tried it. I mean, you could roll a check.
Worth a shot. I mean,
No,
I-
Kieran, don't. No, Kieran. Jessup needs to do this.
I mean, I have level 5s to spare, so I'll try it. Does he have spell resistance?
So are you casting the spell, or are you like rolling a check to see if you identify the shield spell on him?
Well, that's gonna cost it. I don't have a standard action to do that.
Okay, so you're just gonna cast a spell on him?
I'm just gonna cast a spell and see what happens.
I don't think he has spell resistance because he didn't have it on my storm bolts.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right, so you cast magic missile against him, and he goes down.
Yay!
So
boy.
5d4 plus 5, 13, 1, 1,
Oh, that
1,
was
1, 4.
Wow.
Terrible.
You rolled so bad.
Yeah, I
How
know.
do you do
4
that?
ones and a 4. Good heavens.
Like, how could you even be bad at that game? It's not possible.
I don't want to hear it, Mr. Dead Guy.
Says the downed guy. What?
Yeah, the munitions guy really screwed up his tactics there.
Yeah, he messed up. He should have
could full
attacked.
attacked. Yeah.
Well, my tactic was I was just going to step back because I didn't want him to full attack me.
Yeah, you're just gonna play cat and mouse with him.
And I was trying to hold on to one last 6th level spell in case I needed to quicken cast another mirror image because I knew he would burn through those super fast.
So with that, Scabviston was gonna go next, and that was gonna be fun. But Kieran, you cast magic missile and you put Scabviston down. You're left in a room full of bodies. It's you and Jessup, and just everybody else is just on the ground in pools of blood. The pulsing in the tower continues at a still rapid rate. The sequence for the implosion has not ended quite yet. Skipping over everybody back to the top of round 23, Jessup, you are up. I stated this before we had gotten up to the top level, but you believe that you guys might be able to halt this progress, but it will require a check. Let me get the right check here. It would be a knowledge arcana or spellcraft check, I believe.
Are we still in initiative order?
Yep, this would still be an initiative order while the countdown has not been ended quite yet, yeah.
Can I do a check and still standard action or no?
The standard action will be your check.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to look to Kieran and just... very good job. Try to see what to do with the countdown. And I will run over and attempt to heal Oran if I can.
Okay.
At least maybe stabilize or something.
Sure you don't want to heal check first? Oh, do you?
My heal check sucks, buddy.
Fair enough.
This is my heal check. Huzzah!
All right, cast Cure Moderate Wounds on Oran.
Yeah, it's 2 less than that. I don't know if 26 matters.
26 healing. Does Oran come back?
He does not.
Oran does not respond to the healing, unfortunately, Jessup.
Jessup kind of looks up to Kieran with a somber expression.
Kieran says, guess we'll be having 2 new party members.
Kieran, the countdown. What is this party member you speak of?
That does bring us to Kieran.
All right. Kieran, assuming this is kind of happening simultaneously, Kieran will move up and try to make the check to see if we can stop this tower from explosions.
Okay, yep.
Not now, Sarah. Not now.
What?
Please don't roll a 1.
Oh. Don't put that bad mojo on me, Josh. So it's Arcana or Spellcraft?
Yeah, so the Knowledge Arcana would be enough to give you a bonus on the Spellcraft check to identify the process. That is the actual Spellcraft check that halts the process. A Use Magic Device is allowed as well.
Use Magic Device or Spellcraft?
If you wanted to just go direct onto the stopping it, yes.
Okay. Well, I will try Use Magic Device then.
Okay.
42.
42.
Wow.
Natural 19.
DC 35, Use Magic Device.
Let's go.
Kieran, you are able to walk up to this elaborate, fresco of arcane sigils on the eastern wall here, and you identify each of the individual points that these 6 people had been tracing, and one by one, you are able to disrupt where they had left off exactly as needed for the process to just fizzle out entirely, and the green light ceases pulsing immediately, and the tower returns to an inactive, dormant state.
And I think at that moment, Kieran realizes that he had kind of been holding his breath, and he just exhales like a deep sigh of relief, thinking that for the first time in the last, many hours, we might be able to relax for just a second. And then he will turn around to Jessup and see Jessup trying to cure, and nothing happens.
We will drop out of initiative order at this time as the sequence has ended. Behind the scenes, the way this whole worked is as soon as you guys entered the tower, an alarm spell went off, letting Skabviston know that you were here. He immediately decided not to take any risks and wanted to destroy the tower. He knew that you guys had the shard, and he was not going to risk letting you guys get access to their main base from this tower. So his highest priority was destroying this. The way it works is destroying the tower is a process that requires 36 rounds, but those are divided with each individual person doing the process. There were 6 people in this room, so it was ticking down 6 at a time. So you had functionally 6 rounds. You got here, and there were basically 24 rounds worth left. 2 of the people came out after you, meaning we were only ticking down by 4 at a time. You got down to 12 rounds remaining before these 4 against the wall were properly engaged. And by the time Kieran finally halted the process, you had functionally 6 rounds remaining.
Whew. Oh boy.
Talk about down to the wire.
So when did they officially start the countdown?
The countdown began the moment the battle with the golems ended.
Oh, okay, about to say, because that would have sucked if you had 6 rounds from the time that you opened the gate to get up here. We would have dead a long time ago.
No, as soon as the alarm spell goes off and the red around the gate happens, that's when all these guys basically pre-buffed a bunch and then started the countdown.
Gotcha. Well, Jessup, not having any type of revival spells, I guess we'll attempt to rummage through Oran or Gideon's belongings to see if maybe one of them had a resurrection scroll or something for reasons.
As you go through their belongings, taking their coins and all that stuff.
That's exactly what I said.
Especially because Gideon owes you so much. You just you take a couple choice items from him, and you do find a scroll of raised dead.
I use that on Oran.
All right.
Nice.
So that will be a use magic device check, I believe.
28.
28. I believe the DC is rather simple. Yeah, because it's only a scroll is only 20 plus the caster level, so it would only be 4?
25, yeah.
DC 25. So you are able to use magic device on the scroll. It is consumed, and Oran is raised back to life. You have 2 negative levels because of raised dead, but you are alive.
Oran, my boy, you're back. Thank goodness. You should have seen how gallantly I shot what his name is.
Oh, they call you the finisher for a reason. I'm glad you were able to take him out. I'm sure Kieran helped too.
Ah, yes.
I imagine like Oran is facing Jessup, Kieran standing behind Oran, just shaking his head slowly.
You can't tell, but he is nodding yes.
If I put on energy drain 2, that'll do the trick, right?
Yeah, that's functionally what we're looking at.
You may have to manually take down the 32 points of, or no, you come back.
HP.
Okay, it's 32 off your max HP, and then you come back with what, your level, so you have 16. I should know this because I've done it many times.
I was gonna say I haven't died. I don't know how this works. I'm usually the person that brings people back.
Welcome to the club.
Right?
Has Oran never died?
Not that I remember.
I don't think Jessup has. I think you had to use lay on hands on him potential or Breath of Life maybe.
Oran got really close one time when Kieran went down in the when Kieran got his head shot off.
Yeah.
Didn't Kieran go down? Oh no, that was you in the cave there with the Morlocks or whatever their names are, right?
The answer
berserkers.
is yes. Didn't Kieran
I was
go
gonna
down?
say if
Yes.
it's Kieran, the answer's yes.
Yep.
I think I've brought Kieran back 3 times at this point, maybe 4.
Kieran either dies in the combat or he finishes the combat with like all his HP. It's like all or nothing.
It's crazy how well it's because Jason's playing him pretty smart and focusing fire, instead of just splitting the damage a ton for no reason. And then also it feels like it's always you in those desperate all or nothing moments. Like I remember Niyari in the caves.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Against against the troglodytes.
The Den Mother.
Yeah, the Den Mother. Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. That was so bad. It was me and Volus against Den Mother, and then she tried to run away. Oh my gosh.
That was awful.
That was close.
And then I didn't have anything to bring you back, so it all hinged on me identifying a healing potion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I will wub and bring Gideon back with raised head.
Just for your reference, unless I'm wrong, I believe 2 negative levels, they just reduce your max HP by 10, not by 30.
So that's what it automatically did, was lower it by 10?
Yeah, because it's 5 per negative level.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was your hit dice.
That would only be if you were taking con damage.
Gotcha.
Con damage, you take that. Negative levels is just a flat 5 per
And
level.
what do you come back up with for raised
Your
dead?
hit dice.
Does he have that strength damage? Or is that gone because he died?
Oh, yeah.
No, the strength damage is still gone. I don't believe raised dead heals ability damage unless you're.
You mean it's still there?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It is present still.
It won't be. I've got the ability to cast lesser restoration.
Well,
by
too bad you're
use
dead.
No,
It's very
back.
presumptuous
He's back
of you to think that we're bringing you back.
He said he did.
So
Making him pitchy. You're making him pitchy. He said he already brought me back.
2 raised deads later, and the 4 of you are in this room.
Oran's still standing on the table.
Still standing on the table.
Now the blood is all over the maps. Oran, you ruined the maps.
Oh, the room is a mess.
I was going to say, it's nothing but blood in the room between me and Gideon.
Shard explosions, blood. It's awful in here, really.
All right, this is another question. Does bleed go away when you die?
I would say at this point, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother with it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was extremely close. That light was blinking super fast by the time that we disabled it, so we may have dodged a bullet, but unfortunately I don't know if these were the only inhabitants of this tower. There's still other rooms. There could be more fight ahead of us, so be on your guard.
I'm sure since nothing came to check on the blinking lights or the commotion that we are probably alone. Surely nothing else is here to harm us.
Well, I sure hope that outside is going well. Otherwise, we might have company, as I saw quite a few hobgoblins heading our way when we entered the tower.
Is that room still, we still didn't go through that one room, right? Jason, down the first floor? Not that that matters.
On the first floor, yes. So in the previous session, Josh had gone to open that door. I had forgotten that all of these other doors in here are locked. So technically these 2 doors down here you haven't opened. The only door in the tower that is left unlocked is the one in the war chamber because they have to come in and out of that one frequently.
He doesn't have any keys, does he, Big Boss Man?
If you look around, Skaviston does have a ring of keys on him that will unlock all of the doors here.
So Jessup takes that? So that gives me a good bonus to my disabled device then, huh?
Yeah, it gives you a plus 100 bonus on doors within this tower.
Yay!
It's amazing that you could still technically fail a check.
Shut up, Josh.
Well, you can't fail a skill check on a natural one, so.
I mean, I suppose that's true.
And the DCs aren't 125.
102.
You'd be surprised how difficult it can be to open a door, even if you have the right lock. As an employed janitor, I'm very familiar with that problem.
All right. So, Jessup, you move over to this, the only other door in the war room here.
Here, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that the other knuckleheads want to go with me first, and they're all ready to go before I open it.
I saw what happened to Kieran. I don't want to touch any doors.
Yeah, I would explain in detail now, like, yes, by the way, let's take our time a little bit more if we can, because rushing up those stairs, I got hit by what felt like the most heightened disintegrate spell I've ever felt in my entire life, and honestly, I think I came within, like, a quantifiable amount away from death. Like, if I had to put a number on it, it felt like less than 5 of these tangible points away from death.
Like a 5 out of 10?
No, more like a 4 out of 202 situation.
That's just oddly specific.
I know, it just came to me, but let's be very careful, because I know a little bit about disintegrate. I don't have it myself, but I know a little bit about it, and let's just say that it's not very forgiving.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good today, so never tell me the odds. And Jessup will open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, Jessup, and you look inside to what you'd probably describe as some sort of commander's office. It's quite tidy and organized in here. There's shelving along one of the walls that kind of displays an assortment of skulls, mostly human and hobgoblin, but it looks like it's like an office space.
Can I detect magic in this room? Just more or less looking for traps.
There's nothing magical in the office room here.
Okay. Well, Jessup will cautiously walk in, I suppose.
Okay. Yep. You walk in and you look around, and as I said, it's an office space. If you search around a little bit, you see that there are a number of different letters and messages that are just kind of like directing soldiers here or there at regular intervals. There's a copy of the schedule for when people arrive at the tower every morning and evening. Like if you're just looking around, you find out like the exact numbers of forces in all 4 of the towers currently on the material plane, including this one, as well as the exact movements of which people went to which tower and when and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Jessup will just take that with him, I suppose. Try to read it at a more convenient time. Anything else of note in this room besides just mundane?
It doesn't really look like it. It looks like all of this is like clerical stuff, like numbers, movements, future strategies where they were planning to hit next, the progress of war on various fronts, that sort of thing. It's just a whole lot of just raw information, really.
Gotcha. Is there something behind this? Or is that just
I just did a straight polygon review.
Okay. Because it looked like there's something suspicious there. Okay. Yep, Jessup will come out and tell the others, well, there's nothing really in here besides some papers, which I took, so maybe we can look these over at a later date. Shall we go back the way we came and hopefully not die to any trap spells?
Yes, I'll follow you, Jessup.
All right, well, Jessup will kind of go around to here, and I guess, I'll get to the door, detect magic, make sure there's nothing sus on the door, and if not, I'll unlock it.
Okay. Yep, the door seems non-magical.
Oh, I rolled a natural 4 perception, but
yeah.
It's not trapped, it's fine.
Yeah, the disintegrate spell does not go off again.
Okay, well, Jessup uses one of the keys, hopefully, to unlock and open the door.
Okay.
What was this guy's name?
Scab Viston.
How do you spell that?
Scab Viston, yeah. So scab, and then Vistin.
I-N. Okay. While they're doing all that, I'm going to send a message to Wesley Garvik.
Are you sending a written message?
No, the message scrolls, the sending scrolls.
Yeah, why did you need to know how to spell his name? Westland, Scab Viston, Scabvistin, is dead.
I think it's just because he was typing it in the chat.
So that you guys could keep doing your thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be funnier if he asked us how he spelled his name and then verbally said it in the message. That would be.
Yeah, you have to spend 3 sending scrolls just because of that.
Just to tell him how to spell the name.
He doesn't respond to the question you ask him. He asks for the spelling before doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so you send that, and it goes off.
I also say you can respond.
I don't think you have enough
words
words.
for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's exactly 25.
Oh, it's 25. I thought it was 20.
Yeah, you just can't put a punctuation on the last bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Was this a statement? I can't tell. A question?
So you send that message, and he responds, and he says, "The battle's ongoing, but we're doing well. Sounds like the commotion you made inside..." Oh, how many words can I see? He starts speaking, and then he basically says, "The commotion you made inside drew," and then it cuts off. And then a few seconds later, a sending spell comes through, and he says, "Sorry about that."
Oh, no.
Jeez. What a waste of resources. Get this guy out of here.
And then he finishes by saying, "Drew their attention away from us. It's been light on our end so far." Yeah, so he's basically just saying that fireball drew the attention of people inside, which made him and his men being a decoy kind of like the opposite, because everybody was going the opposite direction of the decoy. But that basically ended up being where the resistance that they fought was much less at first, and it is only now like they're trickling in back to fight them. So they haven't taken too many casualties at the moment, is the long way of saying what you'd infer.
Mm-hmm. And he'll respond, "We are glad to hear it. We're going to take some time and secure the tower. If you need help, let us know. Remember, 25 words or less, and this goes on for too long at that point."
Yeah, I think like after remember it got cut.
Yeah.
It was like, do I remember?
Remember what?
Okay. Yeah, so you let Westland know that the tower has been taken, and that is all good. So, in the meantime, Jessup is opening the other double doors prior to the war room, and you see inside this room, it's living quarters. You assume this is probably Scab Viston's room, the commander's room. It's, again, very clean, very tidy. You can see that there are, like, various chests and whatnot, but all these are kind of like clothing, daily necessities. If you go over to like the desk and you're looking around and you see there's not really anything of importance. There's a small journal that he seems to have been logging information in, but if you just like read through a quick page or two, it's really pretty dull. It is not interesting at all. He's just kind of talking about like, "Oh, today I made this decision, and I let Azersi know, and she said no." And it's extremely dull and unimportant journaling information here. He doesn't really have any of his own thoughts in there, which makes you wonder, is like, what was the need for this journal? Because you have...
His therapist told him he needed to start journaling, and this was the best
Right.
he could do.
Yeah, he just couldn't get the motivation to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah. If you go to some of the other drawers here, you do find several very immaculate and well-kept grooming kits made of silver. So if you guys wanted one of those.
Oran probably would want that for his beard, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kieran probably would as well. You said there's multiples of them?
Yeah, he has 5 sets of grooming kits. You get the sense that this guy was like OCD level of clean.
Kieran kind of respects that, actually, so...
What are they worth?
Oh, they're worth 50 gold each, if that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, they're pretty expensive grooming kits.
Kieran's going to take the one that looks the least used.
No. Oran's taking that one. He doesn't want bugbear hair all over it.
No.
And Oran, as you're kind of taking in all of these like cleanliness tendencies, you actually recall that Scarvinius had a weird tendency where he would rub his arms in a caustic solution, almost like he was cleaning his hands too much. So it seems like either this is just like a runs in the family, or like Scab Viston instilled this twisted sense of order and cleanliness into his son. Because those of you with like Jessup and those of you with like knowledge local, you would know that bugbears typically are not orderly or clean. They are chaotic, unlike the hobgoblins that are lawful. So Scab Viston seems to be something of a anomaly to his race.
He doesn't even look like a bugbear to me. He still looks like a hobgoblin. It's weird.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to look around for anything else, you could roll like a perception check or something in here. But that would your minutes per level buffs would run out if you're doing like actual perception checks rather than just like looking around. Like,
I mean, I'm staying long enough just to look for anything useful.
Okay.
You got magic channeling, but I'm not like going super detailed. Anything maybe I can just snatch and put in my haversack. Otherwise, just trying to figure out where the rest of this tower leads.
Yeah, I think the big brain move is to stand in a way that you have the full cone effect of a detect magic 3 rounds. If you don't see anything, then move on.
Okay. What Josh told me on how to play my character, I'll do that.
I was saying I'm doing it. I have the spell. I can play too.
No, you can't.
Wait, I'll do it from this side, and then we can get all the magic items caught up in the crossfire.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, so you guys take like a couple rounds, like half a minute or so, detecting magic and whatnot. Just go ahead and roll me a perception check. You don't notice anything magical in here.
I'll aid a higher perception because mine's 25.
Sure, I'll do that. I'll aid Josh's because
I'll aid Josh's.
No, I don't aid Josh. I aid Gideon.
Or sure.
Josh's perception is probably +2.
Oi! 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 Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah, so as you guys are looking around, Gideon, you do notice that there is a peculiarity. Wow, I can't pronounce that word for some reason.
Peculiarity? That is a hard one.
There's something odd in the wall on the far side, next to the chair in the corner, the top right corner.
I'll investigate.
You look over there and you see that there is a switch on the wall that is hidden by the chair, but it's just the angle that you were over there. You could see over the arm just enough to get the top corner of the switch. It's just some sort of hidden secret switch.
We pull it, and turns out that's a backup timer to destroy the tower.
I say, is there any magical effects emanating off of it, or is it mundane?
Doesn't look like it. It's just a mechanical way to reset the disintegrate and destruction.
Oh no!
Yeah, he'll ask the group. I found a lever. Should I pull it?
Well, obviously.
Pull the lever.
Then I do. Then I pull the lever.
Pull the lever, Croc!
Wrong lever.
A secret door opens up
Oh.
into a small chamber. If you guys look into that chamber and go in a bit, you find something that is extremely disturbing for all of you, but it's actually probably most disturbing for Oran because he understands and recognizes what this is. This is some sort of crypt, and you can see in the back corner of the crypt is a taxidermy preserved body of a bugbear that Oran recognizes as Scarvinius.
Oh, that's wrong.
What?
Oh, that's disturbing. He taxidermied his own son?
Oh, that's just wrong.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and if you, like with a knowledge religion and whatnot, you're able to identify that basically Skavistan turned his son into an altar dedicated to Hadragash, the goblin god of like conquest and slavery and whatnot.
Man, I'm glad we killed this guy. He is messed up.
This guy was sick, man. I'm glad he didn't get monologuing or anything.
He was busy. He had stuff that he had to do.
Right.
So if you do like another detect magic in here, you do detect that there is a magical like necklace. I believe this is a necklace on the taxidermied Scarvinius that you guys could attempt to identify.
Taxidermied, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll a spellcraft on that bad boy.
I'll aid.
Oh, dang, Jessup.
I'll roll to aid.
Oh, I wasted that for an aid.
42.
Yep, you are able to identify this as a periapt of wound closure. It does take the next slot. Basically, you automatically stabilize if you're below 0 hit points. Your natural healing rate is doubled, and you're basically immune to hit point bleed, but like ability damage or drain is from bleed still happens.
Interesting, okay. We take that off and the taxidermy comes to life. Roll for initiative.
You take it off, and the stuffed Scarvinius doesn't move.
What if he made his son into like a golem? Like a flesh golem or something?
I think it'd be worse if he made him undead and like even denied him entry to whatever afterlife he might have. Oh, a golem would do it too. Bind his soul. Yeah.
You know what would have been awesome as I was considering for my level 6 spell animate object? That would have been sweet if we found that before and I animated his son to fight him.
Yikes.
That would have been disturbing.
So I think once we've cleared this room, I don't want to forget to just check over these guys for important consumables at least. Like we don't have to strip them of their armors or whatnot, but I want to make sure that there's not anything that'll be useful in the near future.
Okay, yeah, so just the general stuff. So, like, Scab Viston had +2 moderate fortification chain shirt. He had 2 +2 keen punching daggers. He had a belt of dexterity +4. He had a cloak of resistance +4. He had a ring of protection +2. That's about it, the keys that you already took. Each of the shadows had belts of physical might for dex and con +2, headband of wisdom +4, +2 breastplate, ring of protection +2, cloak +2, and then they had composite longbows +3.
Okay, any potions or anything on any of them?
You see empty potion bottles that they had taken, like they had drank when they realized that you were here before they started the process, but all of the situational buffs they had basically consumed before the fight. The munitions officers, they would have just used their extracts, so they didn't have anything like that. But they had like belts of dex +4, headbands of intelligence +4, +3 chain shirt. They had a +1 longsword they didn't use, and then a cloak +3. And then the monk had belt of con +4, headband of wisdom +4, ring of protection +2, bracers of armor +4, cloak of resistance +2, and then amulet of mighty fists +2.
Oh, I want that. I have an amulet of mighty fist +1. I would like the +2.
Oh, you don't have a +2?
No. I tried to roll for it and it wasn't available. I didn't get it with the roll.
Oh, I thought you had one. Okay.
The cloak would be helpful to me too. I mean, I love my cloak of long shadow, but it's only a +2.
Oh, so that's as far as Gideon's loyalty goes. I see.
Yeah, if it was a +3, I might have kept my cloak of long shadow, but
Sounds like his loyalty faltered.
It did. I mean, he faltered long ago at this point.
He faltered.
He's just on a
he
downward
fell.
spiral, so.
Correct. Yeah, it's a surprise that Milani grants him with any divine power to begin with, honestly.
Yeah, he's an ex-omdura at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, sure. You can take the cloak and the amulet there. Sure.
Okay, so Amulet of Mighty Fist +2 just increases my natural attacks by 1.
Yeah, your attack bonus and damage bonus both would go up by 1.
Oh, and damage. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like an enhancement bonus to a weapon.
All right, that was worth checking. Anything anybody else wanted up for grabs? I'm not gonna write this stuff on the inventory because honestly, I don't see us selling any of this in book 6, and at the end of book 6 we'll be filthy rich anyway. So.
Nope, I didn't hear anything Oran wanted.
Jessup, do you already have a belt of something cool?
Let me check. I think it was Dex +4.
Okay, because that's what those were. So I was gonna make sure that you had.
Yeah, belt of Dex +4, and then I got the headband of Charisma +2.
Okay.
Fortunately, none of these guys, their charisma scores were great. Scab Viston was the most charismatic of the group at an 11.
Yeah, you don't expect a guy who taxidermies his own son into a religious icon to be real chatty.
I don't know. It left his son speechless.
Oh my goodness. All right, so once we have taken from them what we need, I guess we can just check out the first floor stuff.
Okay, yeah. So if you go to the first floor and open up those 2 rooms, so like as I had revealed last session, the room that Gideon had opened before to the south, the southern room. Yeah.
The southern
room. That room is just like a storage room. It's got a bunch of mundane equipment and supplies and such. The room above that has more communications information, and in a chest in the corner you can see that they have what would have essentially been like the payroll for some of the guards here at the fort. It looks like there's probably several tens of thousands of gold worth of coins in there.
Start stuffing our pockets, boys.
This is probably what the coins that would have gone towards repurchasing the sardonic shard from Obsic if he had been forced to do so.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, it'll probably end up going to our war effort anyway, but for now.
But yeah, with that, you basically explore the whole of the tower.
And we know that we're on a timetable because at some point it opens up and starts spewing out like other soldiers.
You know that this evening there will be a scheduled opening because there's no communication between the material plane and wherever their hub location is, whatever plane that is or demi-plane or whatever. There's no, now that you have the sardonic shard, there's no communication between them. So they just have a regular interval, like we're going to open it at this time, whether you like it or not, because if there's something wrong going on, you can't let us know. That's why Scabviston was all like, I got to destroy the tower, because if they open up a thing and I'm not in control of the tower, that's not great.
Right.
But I mean, also, you could manually open a link with the sardonic shard.
And that's up at the control tower or control center where the bomb was?
You think that if you were to go to the control tower, you could open a link between this tower and any of the other towers on the material plane. If you wanted to open a link from the tower to the wherever their hub is, you would have to use the sardonic shard on the wall at the back of this chamber where you fought the golems. That archway, that just elaborate archway with a stone wall there, you'd have to press the sardonic shard into that opening to create a gate.
Can we move the tower?
No, so you could destroy the tower, like Scabviston was doing, but in order to rebuild it somewhere, you'd need the black onyx shards. The sardonic shard cannot create towers. It only controls ones that have been created.
And there's not one of those onyx shards laying around in here somewhere?
No, those would all be on the hub location with the onyx key itself.
So we need to keep this secured tower as our way in.
Well, I guess my thoughts are, do we open a portal and then come through it? Or go through it to their hub? But I don't know, is there any way to set the timer up that the tower will blow itself up? You know what I mean? Like set the timer to blow up, we quickly go through the portal, and then after we go through the portal to the hub, then it blows up?
Yeah, you think that if the destruction sequence is completed, you would be able to trigger it at any point within the next 2 hours.
So, I mean, I don't know if there's a massive benefit of doing it. I guess worst case, if we end up dying at their hub, then they can't use the portal. But was there something, Jason, where you said there's always like 5 black shards? Like if one's destroyed, it like gets reformed or something?
I believe there's always 8. There can be as many as 8 towers, because there are 8 shards in the base of the onyx key. If you take a shard out and make a tower, it doesn't regrow, but if that tower is destroyed, then it will regrow in the original key. But you'd still have to take it out and replant it to make a new tower.
We don't want this tower to blow up then. That would be bad, because we want to get the artifact into our full possession. That would be ideal.
Well, my only thoughts now of blowing it up is if I don't know how long it takes for it to start regrowing. Like if we blow this up, I don't know if there's a way for them to tell, like, oh, Phaendar's towers grows in slot 1 of 8 or whatever, and they're kind of like, something happened.
I also just think we have to go through the towers to get to one of the things. So without that, there's no way to press the attack.
Well, we can go through it and still blow up this tower, though.
You could, yeah, so if you set the destruction, you could go through it to their hub, or you could go to a different tower as well, because you can open a portal between this tower and the other towers if you wanted. That's another option you have. So like you could like open up a tower and pop out and be like, hey Catra, we're in Malthun now, and she'd be like, the heck?
So we could choke them out that way and go taking towers one by one by one.
Yeah, but then they're gonna just get refortified when more troops come back through. I mean, dude, we're on spells and almost everything from this one tower.
Well, what's the way we win this though, right? If we kill their leaders, you think they'll disband?
I feel like there's always going to be somebody that's going to step up to take their place, right?
Yeah, but I think you reclaim the tower.
If we reclaim the main artifact, I don't know if there's a way to shut off or destroy the other ones or something. I don't know.
If we have control of the main portion of the artifact, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we have the sardonic shard, and then we have the main portion of the artifact, then we have control of all of them.
Yeah, we can destroy the ones that exist.
I don't know, or shut them off, maybe just to deactivate them all or something like that entirely.
You can deactivate the towers from the control panels in each
The thing
tower,
is, as long as we have the main key, if they somehow find a way to blow up the towers, then good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't know how they're opening the portals from the inside. It's got to be something with the main artifact.
Right, so we got to go back to the hub.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason, though, Skybviston thought if worse comes to worse, he'd rather self-destruct this whole place. Because we need a tower to get for, like, that's a chink in their armor, you know. So
We have a tower now, so now we can get to the hub. So that's the plan, right? Go to the hub, kill the leaders of the Iron Fang Legion, and take back the artifact.
is a curiosity is when they come later today.
So Kieran, having knowledge of tactics and being a soldier and whatnot, so we could open gates to the other towers and bring all of our allies here and kind of consolidate here and make this like our stronghold.
Mm-hmm. Because they've been fighting at all of the other towers while we were doing this one.
Yeah. And assuming that they are successful, I don't think we'd want to stay spread out like that. I think we'd probably want to, like, and maybe they can self-destruct those towers. Oh no, because then we can't bring them here.
Let's figure that out. We at least should get that intel. Can Gideon or whoever's got the scrolls send some settings to the other parties and see how they're doing?
Yeah, but that is that. I mean, I don't know. Because the only reason we got here is because Kieran was able to teleport us to the tower. I think we're the only ones with visible knowledge of the inside of a tower to be able to teleport. Plus, we needed a crazy amount of strength to even open the gate to get through. And what if those enemies have the same resolve and they blow up their towers? Next thing you know, now we lose a bunch of our troops.
See, I don't know. I feel like the tower at Phaendar is probably, like, it's the OG tower that we know of. So I feel like with Skybviston being here, this was more defended. And I don't know if they're all laid out identically or not, but I think we probably hit the tower that was the hardest to take. I don't know if the others are equally as hard, but I feel like Phaendar would probably be like the main one if that exists.
We need that intel. We need to know how the others fared.
Yeah, Gideon, if you used the second sending scroll to contact Cobb, who's like the central hub guy, he's doing all the different communications. He would take a minute or so to get in touch with everybody, and he would relay back to you essentially that the tower in the Fangwood fell relatively easily. The Fae in that area were able to basically bolster their forces with a couple of the rangers, and now they were kind of more wary, and the Iron Fang Legion weren't aware of the exact timing of an attack this time, so they couldn't just prep an ambush at a moment's notice. So the Fae were able to take that tower relatively easily. You learned that Gossamer just flew between the bars of the gate because she was small enough to not really be hindered by that. And some of the other Fae used enchantment magic to then mind control the hobgoblins to begin opening the gate, and a shambling mound forced it to stay open so that they couldn't close it again, and then they just surged in, basically. Just an unholy trinity of Fae and plants going in there. You learned that the tower in the south with Sirdak, they have been doing hit-and-run tactics. They are a cavalry, so they don't really have the means of taking the tower itself, but they have been picking off everybody around the tower. So the only defenders that you'd have to worry about is whoever is still inside of the tower, which might be comparable levels of defenses to this tower, minus like Skybviston and whatnot. So you think that you could probably manage to clear out that from the inside, and then you could let Sirdak through, since he's cleaned up most of it. And you learn that the tower in Multhune was the second most defended other than the one in Phaendar, because Multhune was their active front line at this point. So that one had quite a few soldiers on it. So Catra Sabine made the decision that she wasn't going to try to take the tower and waste her forces. She was going to besiege them and draw their attention as much as possible so that they could not reinforce Phaendar while you were attacking it. So that tower is still in limbo. They haven't really made a concerted effort to attack it. They're just making sure that it is isolated from everything else.
Whew, that was really wise on her part. Oh, that's what Cobb had to say, which obviously, for the most part, is good news everywhere.
That was a lot of sending spells.
Yeah, he used up like 10 of them.
So, you two are resident militarian peoples. What should we do?
I think we should consolidate our efforts here if we can. If we're able to take the other towers, then we can set up a hub here, and this will be our entry point into wherever they're coming from. I think that's where we have to go.
I agree. I think Catcher Sabine should continue to lay siege, and we should see about ourselves if we can aid Serdak.
Do we have the resources?
Not today.
If we wait, aren't they going to open a portal to bring more troops here to Phaendar?
That's what I'm afraid of. We don't really have the luxury of time, unfortunately. The nice thing is that if it's just foot soldiers, then we have a presence outside that could help deal with that. But we also don't want word to get back to their leadership on the other side that Scabviston is dead. So whatever comes through, we're going to have to make sure that we put down so that none of them go back and carry information to their commanders.
During Oran and Kieran's scrying, did we learn about the relative size of the shift rotation, like how many troops come through and all that?
Jessup pulls out the notes that he got from upstairs.
Yeah, so if you start looking through those, a couple things. First off, those of you in this room looking around, you notice that there's not as much commotion by the front gate of this tower. You think that at this point in time, all of the people who were attracted to you have been reallocated to the outer gates to fend off Westland's forces. So the battle is still ongoing here in Phaendar. 2, looking at the paperwork, you notice that the shift rotation is... It depends, kind of. It's not a same number of soldiers every single time, but it ranges anywhere from 50 to 100 soldiers get cycled out every day, either to different towers or back to the hub. So you could be looking at, like, if this opens this evening, you could be looking at anywhere from 50 to 100 soldiers popping up. So that could be several troops, perhaps.
Now, are you saying that that's just like 50 to 100 in Phaendar alone, and then there's still 50 to 100 to each of the other towers, or is that 50 or 100 in total for all of them?
As in, like, the movement from tower to tower, like 50 to 100 people would come out of each tower, whether it's from a different tower or from the hub. So, like, maybe 50 to 100 come from the hub to Phaendar, and then 50 to 100 from Phaendar go over to Malthun, and then Malthun to, so on. So it just cycles through that way, but it's that large of a group is coming out of each tower.
Well, that's important information to relay. What's this relative manpower and size of Wesland's force?
You would know, just like prior to the battle, there is a extraordinarily low chance that his forces alone would be able to fend off all of Fort Phaendar. His forces, so like part of his forces were used to supplement the Fae, and that's why they were so successful, but that also by consequence means that he cannot take Phaendar on his own.
So all the more reason for us to bring everybody here. I don't know if there's a way to, like...
Yeah, but how are you going to do that, though? Like, how are you going to, like, let them open the portal? Because we'd have to feasibly fight all of those changes ourselves. Like, just the 4 of us. Because, like, if you can't take Fort Phaendar, then there aren't going to be any people in Phaendar to help us fight off the incoming goblins. So, like, how are you going to fight the 40 or 50 to 100 goblins that are coming in?
I think Kieran's saying that you'd bring your allies here prior to that shift change.
Yes, exactly.
So, like, you'd open a portal to the tower in the Fae, in the Fangwood, and you'd bring in Gossamer and all her Fae people here. And then you'd open up a tower to, like, the south, and maybe 4 of you and some of the Fae would go in, take the tower from the inside, open a portal so that Sirdak could come in through.
Oh, I guess I'm misunderstanding, because from what it sounded like, they were going to send reinforcements and stuff, like the goblins were sending them to all of the towers. Because, like, they can't communicate with any of the towers, so I assumed, like, it wasn't just a shift change at just Phaendar.
No, that's what I'm saying. It cycles. So, like, they'd open a portal at one location, do a shift change, and whoever was off duty at that location would move to the next tower. So it's like, don't think of it as like just a 2-way road in 5 different directions. Think of it as like a loop. So from the hub to Phaendar, from Phaendar to Malthun, from Malthun to the Fangwood, from Fangwood to the south to the hub, that sort of a deal.
Are we able to, like, is it like a Stargate? They have to, like, hail us and we can keep the blast doors closed?
No, if you have the sardonic shard, you can just open a gate. I mean, even without the sardonic shard, you can open a gate to one of the other towers on the material plane. The sardonic shard, you just need to get to the hub. You can't get to the hub without the shard.
That's all I was saying, is it just doesn't seem like we would have enough time to, like, pull a bunch of allies in.
The whole thing is in a really rough space, all said and told, though, because let's say we do bring everyone here, which I don't think is an idea to dismiss, but let's say we do.
No. I'm just saying, it doesn't sound like there's enough time. Like if you think about it, and maybe I'm thinking about this wrong, but, like, if they send somebody here, we attack those people, right? So let's say in the meantime we have enough time, we're able to pull allies in from the other towers, we get them here, we take Phaendar. Okay, if I'm running the Onyx Shard, I then send troops to other towers.
Right. And so all of our great successes in hitting each of those towers becomes undone as those towers either get destroyed to be erected elsewhere or get counterattacked, because we don't have, it's like we're playing Mountain Blade and we took a fort with 40 dudes. Yeah, we have the fort right now, but the King's armies is coming down in a little bit and we can't defend against 1,000 troops.
Right. So I get the argument, like, let's go ahead and take Phaendar, because that seems like the hub for us, if you will. But then I'm like, okay, so you leave all the other areas just undefended or very, very lightly defended.
If you destroy the towers, they can't retake the towers because the towers are destroyed.
Can they then send new towers out, or no?
They could, but they'd have to come out of a tower to do that.
Yes, so it's like a spider, you would destroy that one leg. It would come back though, but they'd have to then physically go to some place to erect that new tower.
And we would narrow it down so they only have Phaendar to come through.
Well, or another espionage through the Fangwood and do it again with a fresh shard. But yes.
Well, no, if you destroy the tower in the Fangwood, then they can't get to the Fangwood. They don't have a tower to go there anymore.
No, but the right before Long Shadow, was it? Yeah. They summoned a tower there, did they not?
Yeah, but the person with this Onyx Shard to summon that tower with would have had to come to the material plane from another tower. So if you destroy all the towers or hold all the towers...
Phaendar, I get what you're saying. So destroy all of them except Phaendar, and then that's the only tower the hub can then travel to.
Yeah,
okay.
Then they're like, oh, let's build a new tower. Oh, wait, we have to go through Phaendar to do that, and they're holding Phaendar, so that's what's...
Perfect. Okay, so that's what I just wasn't understanding. That makes sense now.
But we don't know where all the towers are, though, right? Because you said there's potentially 8.
You know of 4. You don't know if all 8 are deployed or not.
Well, see, that's the problem that I feel like we run into is we know where some of them are, but let's say we do destroy all the towers or only leave this one. They could literally storm back up into Long Shadow, and then they could pop another one.
Sure, but that doesn't stop. Nothing changes. Whether you destroy the towers or not, that doesn't change. Like, it's not like you're losing anything by destroying the towers. Like, sure, they could make more towers elsewhere, but, like, they can make 4 towers wherever they want as is. So it's like...
Right.
I think with the knowledge that we have, we should go with this plan. And if we learn of other knowledge, we can adjust accordingly. But I think that right now we should, with the information that we know, I think this is our best bet.
Is to do what?
Is to bring our allies from each tower that we know of, bring them to Phaendar, destroy the other towers that we know of.
So we're going to have to go and physically take the one tower ourselves.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Do we know, based on the paperwork, Jason, you said because there's a rotation, do we know from the paperwork that for this next rotation that's going to happen tonight where they're supposed to be coming from?
It was going to be, so they were going to send soldiers from the hub to Phaendar, their most defended location. And then the people from Phaendar were going to go to Multhune, their second most defended location.
It's tough not to see this as a pretty small victory. The only thing that we really do win in this is the ability to attack the central hub, because if the Legion has got any, well, maybe they don't, but if they could have a very simple contingency plan where one person sitting somewhere behind enemy lines, just needs a sending scroll. Oh, hey, one of our towers they have a black Onyx Shard and they just erect another tower and we just are playing whack-a-mole and not able to keep up,
Well, you would know that Westland's whole goal with this war was to take out the hub. Like it was never a goal of holding all of the towers and like keeping the Iron Fang Legion from spreading. It was all about take the tower, get to the hub, destroy the hub, cut the head off the snake. That was the goal from the very beginning in Weston's eyes.
So all the more reason that I think Kieran's right. We got one of them, so we need everyone to centralize here and destroy the other towers that we know of.
Yeah, so and then I would say that while we have our allies here guarding this tower, we go in and do what we got to do wherever this takes us, which is scary.
Well, if we know, I guess, so the goal then is to hold this tower, bring all of our troops here so we can assault the hub. Is that right?
That's what I'm proposing.
So I guess if we know based on that knowledge that the tower in the Fangwood with the Fae has been completely taken over, should we open a door to bring the Fae here since we know they're already in the clear?
Yep.
Maybe finish assaulting the rest of Phaendar so then Westland's troops are available. Then we can make an assault on the one there with your buddy, Sir Dak.
We should, yes, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, but I figured, we could go because even though we're kind of tapped a little bit, it doesn't have to be just us. We can bring some rangers and some Fae to go assault the tower from the inside.
Correct. We can funnel Gossamer's troops to here, basically, and then subsequently blow up that tower behind. Does somebody have to stay behind once that self-destruct sequence goes, or
no? It's just you set how long it takes, and then you want to probably get out of the tower before the time lamps up. But
yeah, so I would say we do that. We get everyone out, we evacuate, we blow up that tower, help Wesland rum up the remaining scragglers and people hiding in the tents and city around Phaendar, and then assault Sir Dak with an increased army through here. Hopefully complete that before the last round where they come in and check in on this tower.
I mean, you could even, depending on how many troops are with the Fae, couldn't we presumably split half their troops 50-50, half go out to try to flank with Westland and the other half go with us for Sir Dak Tower?
Yeah, that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, I just like the idea of like at the end of all of this, you get to the final tower and like Katja Sabine's just like sieging it and she's like, we're gonna wear him down. It'll take some time, but we'll wear him down. And then all of a sudden like a bunch of like shambling mounds and Fae and horse riding knights and rangers start spewing out of the tower. And she's like, what is happening? What is going on?
Yeah, I'm realizing that narratively, yes, we did the important narrative thing, but technically there's like 4 other battles to play out of like just continual. It's like the siege at Long Shadow. Like there's a lot of time to represent of just continually fighting today.
Yeah.
The other option is the 4 of us can go through to assault the hub on our own and claim glory.
I think we should aid in the destruction of the other towers before we go in. Honestly,
you guys got the finisher. I mean,
and I think we should also consider a larger sieging force to the central hub, not just blitz and hit behind enemy lines. We don't have any idea. We don't have any idea what that central hub looks like, though, at all, do we? Yeah.
No. You've only heard bits and pieces of what goes on the other side.
Or would it be sweet? Do we bring all of our troops here? Somehow find a way to time the explosion to be right after like troops from the hub start trying to pour in. Then the thing explodes when you get like 50 troops pouring in from the hub to come to like Phaendar or the.
That is amazing.
The worst thing that we could discover is that they have a way to self-destruct towers remotely. That would just end the campaign. It'd be a TP campaign. Everyone in Iron Fang is dead.
That's just the thing that I worry about is that if we wait too long, they open a portal, people start pulling through, because we don't know how they greeted each other because they just rotated, and here they open up, and it's very regimented, and then they, the troops coming into, let's say, Phaendar look around like, hey, where'd everybody go? And then they're like, something's sus now, and then they just don't come through the portal and then run back to Xerxes.
Player knowledge being set aside for a moment, do our characters, if we rack our brains together, is there any other approach or scheme that might make more sense to them that they would think of, or knowledge that we are forgetting in our planning, Jace?
Probably just the main points that you would realize is that you're not in a situation to have a long drawn-out war. You would want to tie this up as quickly as possible, or at least get into the hub as quickly as possible, so that you can keep the momentum on your side. And to do that, your options are either go in right now, just the 4 of you, or take out the rest of the towers as quickly as you can. Hopefully you get it done by today, then go in and do a lightning strike there. But you think that the more time you take, the worse off it'll be, because the more time that the Iron Fang Legion will be able to catch on and respond to events. It's like if you were to like be like, we'll just take a week, rest up.
No, not in the cards. I think my full agreement is to... I think we should aid in the destruction of the other towers, centralize everyone to here, and take a group with us into a further... We're blitzing, basically. We're continuing our blitz. We just want to maximize how many people can go with us and minimize casualties at the other towers. But I'm fine if the four of us just decide we're going to go and be the heroes and do it ourselves. I'm open to discussion on that.
Well, I'll say you guys can discuss it a little bit over the week. We'll cut the session here and let you guys figure out how you want to proceed with this, get all the logistics out of the way, and then we will come back next week and see how things go. So we will see you next time.